Real boys, man, you know we do what we can, man. Stand up bills, man, real gentlemen. And we standing on business, though. Welcome to the round table, baby, where the boss is to meet. Get a glimpse in the mirror, gotta know you a king. If it's one thing for sure, you a made man now. Gotta wear it like a crown. Do you know what that mean? What it's one thing to me. You better be what you claim in the bed. You better have your facts straight when you speak. You know, sometimes you gotta agree to disagree. Nigga might have to speak on it. Got a whole thumbnail with the team on it. You can stay up in the chat or you could cam up. We can put it on the screen if you saying something. They going crazy in the chat, they gon' ban us. Tell them how you really feel, nigga, man up. No judgment and handcuffs. Go here and throw a tantrum. I be wishing niggas stand up. Niggas stand up. One thing for sure. You say what they want. You do what they don't. If it's one thing for sure. You say what they want. You do what they don't. One thing for sure. We say what they want. You do what they don't. If it's one thing for sure. We say what they want.
Yes,
Hands up, everybody, hands up.
Yeah, you see it. You see it.
We are here, man. Episode 39. One thing for sure.
Hey, we sound like
That's
intro.
my block. Hey, I grew up.
No, you good.
On 39?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see
Okay, you know, the one thing for show boys here, as you can see, you know, the same usual suspects, man. I go by Weiss.
Big O.
AB.
Yeah, and we got a special guest with us, man. Introduce yourself, young lady.
She interested too.
It's your girl, Kenya.
Okay.
That's right.
Kenya,
All day.
yeah. Glad to have you here, man. Thank you so much for blessing our presence tonight.
Shout out to all my if you watching my 36th Street Elementary alumni.
Yes.
Okay.
Elementary was a.
Is that where y'all met at?
Yes.
36th Street, okay.
36. It's now called Birdie Lee Bright, but it's always gonna be 36th Street Elementary.
My kids went there too. Before we moved out, my kids was there too.
Dope, man. Dope. How was Allen as because you know I heard
Don't
stories.
start that shit.
I'm just,
man.
I'm just
Don't start
asking.
that.
Hey,
How was he as a
was
classmate?
he always mean?
I was a good young man. I don't know
Okay.
what y'all talk about.
Alan was the homie.
He was the homie?
He was the homie.
He-
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
You must have
Alan
nice
wasn't
clothes
one
and
of the
shoes.
It was shoes because we wore a uniform.
Okay.
Oh, uniform. That's what it was.
Oh, they were uniform. And you found something to say about somebody?
Earlier on, we didn't.
Yeah,
Later
we didn't
on,
always.
Earlier on, we
It
didn't. Later
switched.
on, yeah, it switched.
It
up,
switched
They
over.
must have switched. They switched it because they
Yeah.
had this shit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a whole protocol.
Alan was the homie.
Yeah, there you go.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Okay, man. Well, we glad to have you. You want to
Yeah.
tell the people, you know,
Who you are?
a little bit
Girl,
about
Kenya.
yourself. You know,
No,
you
just-
okay? We know you. Okay, y'all went to high school together. I mean, junior high,
No,
elementary.
elementary.
I can't speak for the
That
out of
was
bodians.
long.
I don't know.
What?
I
Out
went
of
to.
was really
I went
where
to
it was at.
Fauché. I'm a
Okay, it's a
Fauché
beef
ghetto
going
kid.
on.
You know why? I'm gonna tell you why he went to
Fauché.
Fauché because he didn't want to stretch himself. See, Fauché was literally in walking distance 36.
Exactly. There it is.
You
Yep.
know,
Right down the
Audubon, you
street.
had to live a little bit. You had to go out. You
So
know?
Audubon is on King
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
down
okay.
there, and
You have to walk a
Fauché
little-
was. So you went to Audubon.
No,
No,
he
I
went to
went to
Fauché.
Fauché.
I went to
you
Audubon.
Oh, okay. You wanted to be with the
Oh, she was
nice.
bougie.
She was the
Yeah,
uppity
bougie,
one. She was the
yeah.
uppity one.
She wanted to leave the hood for a little bit.
Yes, I even got bougier in high school because from Audubon, you either go to Crenshaw or Dorsey, not your girl.
You went to Palisades or something?
I went to Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God!
I mean, that-
you a
you know.
Hamiltonian?
Over there in Culver City? No, the one in Culver
You
City,
a
right?
Hamiltonian?
West LA.
West
West
on
LA.
Robertson.
Yeah,
on
Yeah.
You know
Robertson.
they-
Not Culver
Hey, what line was that? The
220.
220.
Yeah, 220.
Yeah.
You just do circles.
Oh, you
around
one
it.
of them? Okay.
Yeah.
But I went to Crenshaw and Dorsey for summer school because yes, I had to bring it back.
Okay.
Had to bring it back,
Everybody at Hamilton think they famous.
and they are,
Okay.
and we are.
My mama tried to
And
let me
we
go
are.
to Dorsey. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't do it.
Right,
You went
right.
to Crenshaw.
Mhm.
Is that where you met Aaron? You knew
Yeah,
Aaron?
that's where I
Oh,
met
okay.
Aaron.
You went.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know him. We moved on that block in 95,
Okay.
96. I didn't know him until probably, 10th grade maybe.
Okay. So that's another one of our homies.
So can you tell the people a little bit
Shout out
about
Bob
you?
Easy.
You got a
Yes, Bob.
podcast also.
I do. So it's your girl, relationship coach Kenya. And when I say relationship, I don't just mean intimate relationships, family, children, all that other good stuff. But it
Badass
all
kids.
Oh, them kids. Because I'm a youth mentor too, and I Ooh, them kids. I love the kids.
They got their own mindsets, boy.
Yes, and it starts here. So I help individuals unlearn and relearn relationship skills and dynamics so that we can have thriving interpersonal relationships. So through healing, self-discovery, self-reflection, that's what your girl do. And I started a podcast called The Keepsake Corner because it's a safe space where my guys, my fellas, just come in there and talk in uninterrupted because they always tell us, the ladies, that we are interrupting. We don't know how to let y'all finish a thought. So for me on my podcast, my guys are coming in there uninterrupted.
So we can come and you're going to just let us get it off and you ain't
Feel
gonna-
safe. It's a safe space.
It's a safe space
So
For the men?
for the men.
Okay.
So
let me-
only for the men or do
So
you
what
interview
if I
men?
wanted to bring my wife? Because you are a relationship
I
coach,
am.
and I want to bring my wife and we sit down and we just have an honest conversation.
If you guys are comfortable doing it on the show, then I am all for that. You
Dope.
guys would. Listen. I'm open to anything, but the purpose is for a safe space. And the only reason why I start with my guys is because you guys, it's harder for you. If I sat up here and was like, "Hey, any female that want to come on my show, let me know." Rolodex.
Got it.
But the guys, so when they
You
reach
more
out to me,
reserved.
I'm up in there.
But nowadays, do
Mm-hmm.
you see yourself? Do you see it more being guys are more open to have conversations now?
Yes, especially within the last year and a half.
Right.
It has grown, you guys. I've been doing this since 2016. And I hold monthly mixers, actually. That's a Kenya's Keepsake Battle of Perspectives, y'all. Once a month in the city of Inglewood, I hold a monthly mixer. And that's where women, men, married
I'm on the next
situations.
one.
Why
You
we
gotta
ain't
go to
got
the next one.
invited?
Yeah, I ain't
come
me.
on, y'all,
I'm
come
trying to
through.
tell you.
Look,
Okay.
and I have a panel. So I started, let me tell you, I started with an all male panel in March, and it was based off of, I called it March Madness, based off of March Madness, y'all know.
Gotcha. Madness.
And yes,
Madness. I got
and
you.
it was
I caught it.
all male panel with an all female audience. And that's where it started off to get
That's-
all the male perspectives.
That's wild. All female audience.
All female
and
audience.
The light is on the men.
Yes.
That's kind of
Ooh-wee.
dope though. That-
Yes.
Can we be the first?
Ooh-wee.
Can we be three of them?
Absolutely.
I'm on it.
We could do it on the next one. And so
Yes.
that one, I at first I only did it in March, but then in April they was like, "Nah, bring that one back." Then bro. So now
That's
it's
like a
just
quarterly
all
thing.
panel.
I feel like a quarterly thing would be dope. You know?
Look at
You know?
that.
Right.
So with that said, I'm open. The men are showing up. In 2016, 2017, all up into the pandemic, I used to have about 15 women, 3 men, this and that. Now I had one a couple months ago. The men were out. They were outside.
Why do you think more men are open to kind of being vulnerable and stuff like that on these platforms?
Because they tired of our shit. Sorry, can I cuss on y'all? I don't even cuss on my own. Look, I just want to. Look, I feel like a kid that's out here because I really don't cuss in real life.
good. We
But
say what
that's
they
what they
want.
had. Like, I hear that the men are tired of the women's ish, and now they have something to say. So over the years, the women were dominating in being vocal. Right, and expressing and saying what they want to say. But now, and call it older, generational, I'm not exactly sure. But somewhere, my fellas God was like, I'm tired of this, and I need to speak about it. But also, too, you have to create that safe space, and that's what I'm creating, too, because you can't just open up to everybody. My fellas, they're not going to just go and be like, oh, I'm here, and I'm going to say, like, it's hard to get them in, to get the ticket. But once another homie tell another homie, like, y'all went to that keepsake thing, y'all need to come, then it's going to roll through like
Because
that.
like you said before, we had a whole conversation before the lights, camera, action, but we tend to keep so much stuff in. And now even if it was certain platforms we don't have access to, but we have access to this, so they like, okay, well, it's the
Right.
home girl. I can, it's easy access, so let me go express my feelings and get my thoughts and perspective out. So,
And plus, I like that you're open. Your demeanor is real open, and you can talk to you about anything and still feel comfortable. Since we've been here, since I've seen you today,
Thank you.
yeah,
But I think
I've been
it-
enjoying it.
When you have a woman that's kind of like open, like sometimes like
Men,
okay, so
men tend to come to anybody that's, not women that's open. I'm telling you, you feel more comfortable when you do that. If you do that, excuse me.
I've done individual therapy. I had a woman at first, and then now I had a man for like the last 2 sessions, and I'm kind of like, the sessions I did like about 4 or 5 sessions with the woman, and I'm kind of feeling like I was a little bit more open with her, more comfortable maybe. But that could tap into my childhood and upbringing and what I've had. I don't know. I'm kind of figuring. I'm trying to figure it out. That's why I'm not trying to give up on the male yet.
Yes,
But
right.
because I changed it up for a reason, right? To try to see. But
So the
but I feel like
woman therapist went deeper than the male therapist.
I think I was just more comfortable once I got with her. You know, when you your first sessions, I think that you be thinking you're gonna have a hard time opening up, and I just everything just started flowing naturally.
Right.
And I was just talking, like I mean, and now it's like I'm talking, but I'm not feeling as fulfilled as I was, or like I've had a full release. And then also, granted, I'm doing this one virtual here. Like I'll be in here. The other one I was actually going to sit in the office, and I think that probably does matter a little bit.
That was my next question for you was the virtual one, because I know when me and my girl, we was trying to figure out who we wanted to go to, and when we were talking to him virtual, it didn't feel like it was a connection. It didn't feel like it was personal.
It's funny you say that because, again, I've been doing this since 2016. So when the pandemic hit, I didn't do anything. Like, and I was working in corporate at the same time, but I didn't do anything but work, only because that's not my style. I mean, so many people were like, do it virtual, still have your mixers. There's no way I'm going to have that type of mixer on a Zoom. We're not having a Zoom party. So I even stopped my clients, my one-to-ones, because I couldn't. I give worksheets. I gamify everything. This is why I'm a coach as opposed to a therapist and a psychologist and all that, because I run my own program. I gamify everything. We're going to play Relationship Feud, Relationship Jeopardy, whatever it is, because that's how some people process things. I give worksheets, whatever it is. I'm very hands-on and tangible. So although, I'm not going to shy away if someone wants to do it virtual, but trust me, you're not going to get the full Kenya's Keepsake experience if it's not in touch or on, you know what I mean? So I say that to say it's really about what you're comfortable with, but also it was a shift. So I don't want you to think like you're right, give them a chance, but anything that is a shift, because you got to think you was in a groove, and then all of a sudden, like, you're like, I got to change up, because you're not going to open up the same way. It's not a continuation.
Well, I stopped for a while, and I'm just getting back into it. But I'm trying to see, is it the male versus female, or is it the location? You know what I mean? So I'm trying to give it a chance, But.
So with the male, is it how I want to say is it because it's a man? And you feel like it's
He don't know. That's what he's saying. He's trying to explore.
Right. And I'm trying to see what it is, but I'll just say, like, how you have your podcast and your relationship coach. I think when you have women that allows you to kind of open up and be vulnerable and kind of don't judge you or whatever, and you feel comfortable, you tend to kind of open up. That's why you probably get more men that's coming forward, because they feel like they can be vulnerable. It's not so much of a argument or a debate. Is more of a, like, you allow them, like you say, you don't interrupt them, so you allow them to be vulnerable and stuff and get that off. And then I can kind of take criticism, or I can kind of take you coaching me through whatever I'm going through, because I may be wrong on some of the things, or I may get a different perspective from you. But if you allow me to at least get that off, and it's not coming off like we in competition or we arguing, it can be perceived different. You know what I mean? So
it's part of active listening.
Right.
active listening?
Right.
Active communication and active listening.
That's a thing.
Effective.
That's a thing, because these women don't know nothing about active listening
This episode
or effective listening.
All the same.
Yes. But those words are needed to be in front of them. That's why I'm always trying to clarify a question or clarify a statement or things like that. Because, for an example, the whole communication is key or communication is the issue. It's not, because everybody's communicating. I coach the 5 communication styles because there are 5 of them. You know what I mean? So everybody's communicating.
5 communication
Let's break
styles?
that down.
I apologize. I didn't want to put you on the street. Do you know all 5?
I know. Here, you ready?
We trying to be coach, girl.
Yeah.
Come
I
on
know.
now.
Oh
I'm
my
here
God.
listening.
So there is aggressive,
And that's almost me.
passive,
That's me definitely.
passive aggressive,
That's me. That's me.
manipulative,
A little bit.
That's a
and
big one.
assertive.
That's a
I
big one.
had to assert myself after I done turned to
Okay, so explain the different ones.
I mean, you know.
I mean, I get it, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying,
For the viewers.
what are some of the like characteristics of like, you know, each one? Like not you don't got to go in full details, but like, okay, so you said
Assertive.
So which one we going? Well, okay.
I mean, go the way you want to.
No, that's fine. Well, assertive is the most effective one because there's always 5. I teach. We're not gonna get into all of them, y'all, but I'm gonna just tell y'all. I teach the 5 attachment styles. Everybody know the love languages, communication. There's 5 of everything. Now, there's always one that's most effective, but the other ones can work or not work. So, assertive communication style is the most effective one, right? Because it is getting to the point. It's solution driven. It's like, look, this is what it is. I'm not gonna baby you. You're not gonna baby me. I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, this is what. Like, no, this is the problem or the issue
like
or the
being
challenge. You like being coddled, so that's passive. We're gonna get to that one. So that's assertive. That's why it's effective because it's about solutions.
Emotional.
We're not gonna bounce around it, right? Now, sometimes, unfortunately, depending on your audience and who you're talking to, the assertive one could be a little touchy for some because you shooking them. You're
not
coming.
used to
You're
straight to
way
the
too
point.
direct
Yeah.
for them, and then they can take it as you being reprimanding, right? Like you're
Trying to be my daddy.
Right.
Stop trying to be my daddy.
And it's not that. It's just like, look, let's get to this. Well, this is the issue. We don't want to linger on. Now, passive is the same as we were saying, avoiding. It's the same thing. It's like, okay, all right, you good, bet. You
Oh, I
good.
like that.
Yeah.
You said bad.
Bet.
Yeah.
Like that's
Bet.
passive. You know what I'm saying? No, I take that back. That's passive aggressive. Bet is passive aggressive.
The word bet.
Yes,
Because
Yeah.
that's
Because-
almost sarcasm.
exactly. So that's passive aggressive.
that's like you okay, so it's something after that though.
Yeah.
But you're not saying it.
Right.
Yeah.
Bet.
Bet.
You doing that? I'm
Bet.
having my reaction gonna
Right.
be different.
Bad nigga.
Right.
So you see the difference. There's passive, which is like, okay, like whatever you say.
Better nigga might go to the trunk. You know
Yes. Passive
No. Better nigga
aggressive.
might pop the trunk on your
Right.
bitch ass.
what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
So you see, and that's where the passive and aggressive come together because you like, bad.
yeah, I'm gonna leave this situation, but I'm coming back.
Bad. Then that
I'm coming
aggressive
back
come
to
in.
it. I'm coming back.
Then there's the manipulative one.
I think that's probably the
most common.
most common and
I said
The
most
most-
common in
the
females.
no in men.
You think in men?
In men.
Okay, let's go.
I think
I want to hear this.
the most dangerous because when you're talking about holding yourself accountable, you have to hold yourself accountable. If you don't want to hold yourself accountable, you go around the issue. You go around and you try to explain and then let them see how you see it, but you went away to not hold yourself accountable and switch the issue to them.
Yes. Transfer of information.
Right.
Transfer of
But why do you think that's just men though?
I'm not saying it's just men.
Oh, I thought because you
No,
said
no.
men.
I'm not saying just men, but for the most part.
dominance in men?
Dominance
The
in
most
men.
he's saying the dominant communication style for men would be manipulative.
Yeah, because number one,
But that way?
number one, yes, number one,
Tut, tut.
because they don't want to, depending on what the situation is, right?
Right.
We just throw it out in the air. Somebody get caught cheating. What are we doing?
You made me do it.
Exactly. We're manipulating the
Well,
situation.
cheating, you in the wrong. If that,
But-
you
but-
just-
But what I'm saying is,
Situational.
knowing,
How did we get to cheating now?
but see, that's what I'm saying. Knowing that knowing that you cheated, knowing that
yeah,
you
yeah.
wrong,
But that's anybody that cheated though, a female, male, whatever.
Yes.
right. But I mean,
We're talking about the manipulative communication style. He's giving
Could
an
be
example
anybody
of
that
how-
cheated.
anybody that
Yeah,
cheated.
any-
You're right. No. You're right about
anybody
that.
that
You're
cheated,
right.
but
You're right.
what he's saying is basically when you put the blame on the other person.
Right.
It's manipulative.
I just don't want to put
Right.
it to a
No,
specific-
you're right.
Oh,
you're
no.
right.
That was
Because
just an example.
let's just say that more recently, probably in the recent years, 4 or 5 years, we know that women are doing cheating as well.
Yes.
But for the most
That
part,
ain't just been the last.
no.
4 or 5 years.
What I'm saying
Oh,
is, as
okay.
far as being highlighted,
Yes, highlight.
Well,
as far as
social
being
media
high-
just put it.
Exactly.
They just
So-
more outspoken about their cheating.
exactly.
Hey.
So when you have the men,
They the rappers
being,
today. They telling on
Exactly.
themselves.
you have the men being highlighted, saying, "Oh, this nigga did this to me, this and that," and then the man got to explain himself or manipulate the situation to stay in a relationship.
Yeah. So outside of the cheating, because I know I don't want us to get caught in what Alan is saying is that instead of like owning up to it, right? Is that a good one?
I don't want to specify cheating. We can any situation.
Any situation. Let's just
situation.
say, look, now I can't even think of another one. But instead of owning up to it, right, you will sit up there and try to justify it by putting it on the other person.
Right, but I guess what I'm saying, even with that, and that's understandable, but that's not strictly to one gender. That's just that person, whoever that
Right.
person is.
Right.
You definitely
A person
right.
could
Yeah.
just be that way, where they're
Yeah.
going to
Yes.
manipulate their stuff out of something because they don't want to take accountability for the
Right, right.
they did wrong.
There's
So-
a lack of accountability.
Right,
I'll
right,
just say
right,
that.
right.
You know, I don't want to
It's
specify.
talking your way out of something.
Right, right.
Talking your way out of
I've
something.
never done that.
So
shit.
let's
I ain't
even-
never just said, "Oh, I
Let's even go with, all right, let's take it off cheating because I was trying to think of another one. Let's talk about finances.
Finances.
Right, all
Another
right.
big thing.
Yeah,
Because
that's a big thing in
there's a
relationships
such
right now.
thing as financial infidelity. I don't know if y'all have ever heard that term, but my
Yeah.
best friend and
I'm gonna
I.
put money over here and I'll tell you about it.
Come on now. Oh, that's good right there. Look at you. My best
boy
friend
good.
and I.
That boy good.
I growed it up. I
boy
growed it
good.
up a little.
We do Money Mondays every first Monday of the month where we talk about how relationships and finances intertwine. And so financial infidelity, the same thing. If you go charge your credit card, like I love using the Martin episode. Right?
Everybody love Martin.
I know. So
Oh, when they was hiding the money.
yes, right? Manipulation, right? Or no, the episode with Martin when Gina got the boot. Martin
Oh, right,
manipulated the situation by making her run all over Detroit to go to do that instead of him simply saying, you know, but then
But she lied. So he had to make her.
Exactly.
Let me open
So
up a
that
little
goes
bit
back to Alan's point
Let me
is
open
that
up a little
most
bit
men
about
dominant
manipulation
communication is
with finances. My wife don't like me spending money at 7-Eleven.
what?
She don't like me spending money at 7-Eleven.
Why at 7-Eleven? What you buying?
7-Eleven.
What are you buying at 7-Eleven?
7-Eleven.
What's 7-Eleven?
What are you buying?
Listen.
Hey, you buying too many $5?
It's not what I'm buying. It's the money that I spend
At
at
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
So you spend big.
I go big at
Hey,
7-Eleven.
you be doing
So-
a money scratch offs and shit?
So
They
she
be having deals.
so
Though.
she be mad at that, right?
Hey, they got
And
the
then
new deal, 2 pieces
I
of the
can
soda
say
for $5.
I could be honest and say I manipulate the situation by saying I didn't have no lunch made. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry.
That's exactly it.
So that's me.
That ain't manipulating.
That is
It
manipulation
is.
because
It
they
is.
say this. I get home
He
before
made his
her.
wife feel, now he made
I
his wife feel a
can't-
certain way.
I can definitely make my lunch for the next day,
Hey, Michelle, I take
but
your
I
lunch.
don't. I wait
Well,
till
that's
she get
just
home.
more you make an excuse. I don't know manipulation.
No,
That's
because
manipulation.
it's
It's
manipulation.
manipulation.
You manipulated
because
that-
now-
Because now
That's
he manipulated her to
guess
feel a
what?
certain
Wait,
way.
Not saying,
Hold on,
that she
hold on.
fall for it. Not saying
right.
because she
Hold
be
on.
like, nigga, you can make your own shit.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Manipulate, I feel like it's more intricate than that. Like, I mean,
It is.
manipulation is
It
just
is.
not one.
It is.
But that's
It's not an
just simple.
excuse. Manipulation is not
saying-
the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
That's an excuse.
that,
Like,
no.
I mean,
Not saying that there's no attempt.
No, that's not an excuse. Hold on.
There's
I
an
see
attempt.
what he's saying. Well, okay. It would okay, let me bring it back together. It would be an excuse if he really wanted to stop spending at 7-Eleven.
Yes.
Right.
Like, so the manipulating would be for him to make his wife feel so
But ain't-
bad that
ain't-
she's
ain't
going in
him
there
better
and cooking.
though?
Right? Now, here's the thing. If he didn't want to stop, that's different.
she's not going to go cook that nigga nothing because he going to 7-Eleven.
Hey, you don't know Michelle.
No, she's not about to. Yeah, she's not about to go.
So,
okay,
but,
Hey,
he
you
was
don't know
trying to
that.
but I see what
manipulate
he's
the
saying. Like as
situation.
far as like this,
$20 a day, $25 a day.
Big
That's
time.
wild.
Wait,
You spend $25 a day at 7-Eleven.
That's wild.
Whenever I go.
Then I'm on Michelle's side if you spending $20 a day at
Yeah.
McDonald's. I mean at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
bro, you gonna God forbid. Look, stop
So
eating at
then,
7-Eleven.
y'all, let's
Ain't
bring
nothing
it
good
back.
for you at 7-Eleven unless you in the
No,
fresh.
no, look, I'm
if you in the
talking
fresh
about-
section eating grapes and bananas,
And not even that. I'm not getting the food.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like little
You spending $25 on snacks?
intricacies like policy, 5-hour shot. 5-hour shot is already $5.
yeah.
You know, shit like that. Gum. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a sandwich.
Gum is
Maybe
at
a
So you
sandwich.
guys
$3.99.
got joint account?
We got to join that.
Okay, so
Why don't you
you
do your own
using y'all
account?
joint account there.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta hide, send the money to yourself, and then go.
Hey, put a
She
PayPal.
gonna have
Manipulation,
access.
I'm
She's
just-
gonna have access.
That is manipulation.
Yeah.
So
All
the
right.
last one, because it was 5, which is aggression. Y'all, that's self-explanatory.
Self-explanatory.
That's the aggression.
That's when you get.
communication
That's when you
style.
tired.
What the fuck wrong with me spending $25?
Seriously, like, you know what I'm saying? Or as soon as you walk in, like, you went to 7-Eleven, I sure did.
Right. Exactly.
This is what I got in the bag.
Don't ask for none either.
If a nigga had some lunch,
Exactly. And
So-
then she's like, you go fix your own lunch then.
they can lead into something. No, all right.
And then you gonna let. Hey, Hey, you should have made lunch last night.
Yeah.
Nah, okay.
So yeah, those are the 5
Put the pickle in the bag. Put the pickle in the bag next time.
Okay,
I
well that's
forgot why we even got into the 5 communication
what we was
styles.
just talking
But-
about.
Kenya's keepsakes.
Yeah, keepsakes.
And
Yes.
Kenya's corner.
The keepsake corner,
Keepsake
yes.
corner.
Because that's what I see. It all come back. That's what we were saying about why certain adjectives need to be put in front of things because communication.
There we go.
Right, bringing it full circle. Communication. Everybody's communicating. If you don't say anything, you're communicating.
All right,
so you can't
Alan,
say
why
that
didn't you
communication
communicate
is the
to
key
your wife that
because
you
you
love
did.
7-Eleven?
Right.
She know that. She
know
knew that
that.
for years.
Well, how long is years? Did y'all start off
Years.
dating at 7-Eleven?
He was at 7-Eleven when he had to run back up the hill.
Hey, exactly. I just
You
thought
feel
about
me?
it.
Yeah, you feel me?
Hey, Michelle,
Yeah.
you can't get mad because
Exactly.
when you was
That was to her
yeah.
age. That was to her age.
Right.
But we're not even gonna
Yeah,
get into that.
that's
Yeah.
why I
But
said
what
that.
I'm saying is, it's been years.
He
Man.
had
Right.
the bag going. Like,
Hey, that was over 10 years ago.
It's
Right.
Yeah.
it's about
All right.
effective communication.
all right. Well, we glad to have you here. You gonna. It's good to have a little different because we've been having all males. You are our first female guest. Salute to you.
Yes.
On the 39th. Look at
I don't know why y'all women are scared to come up here and sit
Right
down.
here,
Hey,
why.
we
Come
have
sit down.
fun.
we didn't invite it. We didn't extend it invite, but a lot of it's
I done
scheduling.
ran out of drink.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
Oh,
scheduled.
okay.
It's scheduled.
Schedule.
Yeah.
Don't let me Uber
I
Eats.
done ran
I'll get a delivery. You know what I mean?
Hey, you be here at 8 o'clock.
I get a delivery.
I ain't got nothing to do.
But okay. So our first topic, man. Kenya, we're gonna let you do the honors of our first.
Okay,
topic.
hold on. Before we get into that, let me do this right because it's been one live and another podcast, and I didn't do this. Me being who I am, I got to give my condolences to the late great now, Quincy Jones.
You got a song?
Okay.
You gonna sing it?
Oh, I was about to start.
I'll take good care of you. That's what a man is supposed to do. Shout out to the Secret Garden, man.
Yeah. Shout out.
Quincy Jones, man, one of the greatest, engineers,
That nigga
composers.
never went outside.
Producer.
How the fuck you know that?
Never went out.
Nigga, that song came out in
Producer.
Who had the
1984.
hardest?
Of all time.
Who had the best verse on that song?
On that song, ooh wee. I'm gonna say James Ingram probably.
Is this what y'all did at elementary school?
A lot of people say Barry. But I
Barry,
think
look,
it's just because he
I
come
said
in like
exactly
that.
because
Barry-
his voice
come in heavy.
his voice controls the tone of the music,
Yeah.
the sound of the music, and it's different
All
because you had tenor, you had
of
soprano, you had El DeBar's high
Yes.
singer.
Ooh.
So when he come in with that baritone, of course he just
As long as
controls the whole
Unified
thing.
ain't shit, man.
I might talk like Barry all day, baby.
We was
But-
on bitches ain't shit, but
Oh, bitches ain't shit. But
Okay.
Yeah, and then you talk about Michael Jackson, man. Michael Jackson.
yeah.
The music from The Wiz, like one of the greatest
We
composers,
are the
producers of all
world.
time.
Didn't he
man.
produce We Are the World?
Yes,
We Are
he
the
did.
People?
Yes.
nah,
We
Quincy
are
Jones.
the children.
Hey man,
I just
Quincy,
went a little higher on that song.
Yeah.
Quincy Jones, man. When you go to his credits, that man produced a lot of dope records.
Yes. Sanford and Son theme song.
That's crazy.
Did not know that. Did not know that. I love learning new stuff. Oh my
If you was
God.
raised a little just in that area, you know that area, you know
Yeah,
that.
he
that
got-
song. No words, no
you got,
words.
You got that one. You got the Austin Powers theme song.
Shut up.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that. Yeah.
Come
What's so
on,
better?
Quincy.
We got
Okay.
What else? Like I said,
Everything.
the Wiz.
That was
know,
my stuff.
yeah.
He's on down. He's on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that song.
He's on
man.
You can't win.
He was the music. You
yeah,
can't
yeah.
win.
Yeah.
And he's one of
You can't
Off the
many
record, Wiz was like a low key good scary. It was like, was it scary to y'all as a kid? A little
kid.
When you
slightly.
look at the characters,
It was
yeah.
slightly a little scary.
Yeah,
because
quick
they was
story.
ghetto black. They was black
Yes,
ghetto-ish.
quick story. My daughter's 20. She'll be 22 in a couple of weeks. But I tried to introduce it to her in the beginning, like when she was younger. Soon as the lion came out, she was like, I was like, no, you don't get it. Contradiction. No, trust me. You don't want to be scared of lion. She was like,
Right,
So it took her
right.
years.
It was
to
like a little
watch it
dark,
again.
scary slash. I don't know, man.
Some of the characters in it
Yeah.
made it scary. Yeah.
And then the witch with all the other
Yeah.
little.
That was my girl.
But shout out to Quincy Jones, man.
out.
That,
Right,
you
right,
know,
right.
He lived it up. He did his thing with all the music, and then he started spilling out a whole bunch of shit in his older age. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
shout
he
out
did.
to
I don't
Wasn't
think
his daughter the one that was with
Dated
Tupac.
Tupac?
Kadada.
Okay.
All right, introduce our first topic, Miss Kenya.
Oh, Quincy Jones leaves his 7 kids an estimated $500 million.
Man, 500 million?
Is that in
500 million.
total or each?
No,
in
total.
total.
Okay,
Each would be
okay.
crazy.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah. Right.
right. Okay.
in total,
Y'all
man.
think that's crazy?
7
on-
kids, so I mean,
Each?
And then on the other
No.
part,
I mean,
Oh no. That's good. That's great.
I mean, just leaving your kids anything. But on the other part, you have
50.
Hold on. Well, let's
Oh.
stay on the Quincy first.
All
We don't
right.
just skip that. But I mean, because we gotta give like 500 million is a lot of money. We
It
can't
is.
just.
that is about like 46 mil. That's
And then what he
46
got?
mil.
7 kids? How many? 7
It's
kids?
7. mhm.
It's about
We should've
49
did the
mil a
math on
kid.
that. Yeah,
It's about 49 mil a kid.
That's man.
That's
That's
49 mil a kid. Hey, if you can't live life with 49 million, something wrong.
Is one of his other daughters the
she's an
one that's
actor.
married to Kenya?
Kenyan
Burris. Yes.
She's
Is
an actor.
Okay, I was
Oh,
gonna Google. I
right.
was
Is
gonna
that
Google
Khadijah?
that and look that
Khadijah?
up.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
is that
I think
Khadijah?
it is Khadijah.
Yeah, the
Or
one that-
Kadada,
No,
one.
I don't.
No, Khadijah. Kadada is the one with Tupac. The
Yeah,
older
yeah.
light one is the one with the Kenya. I think that's Khadijah.
Kenya Burris.
I think her name is Khadijah.
But
if I'm
she's
not
an
mistaken.
actor.
Right.
She's an actor. But she's good enough. She's well off. She don't have
I
49
ain't that
million.
well off.
You know what I'm saying?
But she better now.
Right. She good.
Yeah,
good.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So y'all leaving y'all kid, whatever you make, you leaving your kids something, right?
They got $5. They got $5.
You ever heard them people
Huh?
that tell like it's a couple of rich people that said I ain't leaving them nothing.
I was just
Exactly.
about to touch on that. I was finna say, I do speak highly of my daughter, not because she's my daughter, but I always say I love the ROI, my return on investment, because she's really good. So I would.
Return on investment.
Yes.
ROI.
But I tell my daughter all the time, and she will vouch. I've been telling her if she wanted to be a trash person, then she can go be with her dad. Because I was working hard on my ROI. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, I do understand. I know but I would leave my daughter something. But if I knew that my daughter was irresponsible or could not handle, because that's the problem. Everybody can't handle money
Right.
that is given, inherited, or left to them.
You're right
You know
about
what I
that.
mean?
You're right about that.
So I say that to say I would now in my position, but I gotta be if my daughter wasn't, or if in my son, whoever it wasn't, I wouldn't.
When you wasn't sure.
Yes.
When you wasn't
When
sure.
I wasn't
yeah.
sure, exactly.
So what if you had 6 kids that was and one that wasn't? Would you just leave them out?
You know what? I would leave that to the most responsible sibling.
The most
To
responsible.
decide whether
Yes.
when they got that money,
Mm-hmm.
or you would let them hold their money and ration it out.
Yes.
Mm.
I would.
I like that part. Especially
That
like,
one sibling gonna be mad as hell.
Hell
And
yeah.
that's
What
fine.
if the year you died, the month later he got all this shit together?
Then that's why
But
I
that's
say
up to the responsible one.
responsible sibling.
That's up to the
Right.
That's why I
responsible.
say, now again, I say responsible.
What if he felt like you didn't see me? You didn't know what I was doing. You didn't know because you probably judging me from my past, and you don't know that I've been on my
This
stuff.
is
In
my
her
child.
right. In her right.
Exactly.
Right,
right.
But while she was living, he wasn't
Yeah.
about shit.
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
I
So
said that
don't get your stuff together when I die. That wasn't my living testimony.
Right.
I wanted you to do right while I was here so I can see it.
There you go.
No, that's why my mama she'd be like, cremate me because I don't want nobody coming to my talk to the dirt. It's the
Man,
same
my
thing
mama
I
I
was-
feel the same way.
My mama leave me a
Mhm.
rug or a couch, I'm gonna be happy, man. But 500 million, that's dope. You know what I mean?
You're gonna be happy with that too.
What 500 million?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Hey,
So
what
on
you-
the
Are
other-
y'all the responsible kid?
I am.
I think I'm the most responsible at all. My mom, my mom 8. Yeah, I'm the oldest.
Look, my brother
That don't mean
posted.
you're the most responsible.
That's
still the most
to
responsible.
my
Okay.
mom. That's to my mom to decide.
No, I'm
not
asking
gonna
you
say.
though.
No,
That's to my mom to decide. I'm not gonna say who.
I know she's not
who
giving it to
responsible.
you.
Okay.
Who?
I know she giving it to your sister.
Whoever she give it to is me and
Not
my
you.
sister.
Well, it's
gotta-
on y'all too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
totally
it's
did
same
too.
for me. Like I have a younger
Blessings.
brother, and we're very, 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 very close. Like we got. And it's funny because today he posted on Instagram. You know how you post and tag. And the post said, "I'll get 200 million, or my sister go to jail for 5 years." So he reposted and was like, "Well, can I go to jail and my sister get the money?"
Right. You're looking out.
But so I reposted.
Looking out.
Hold on, that's my brother. We all we got.
That's a sensitive moment.
So I reposted. You know, it's cool. I look good in orange, but we got lawyers that'll get me out in 5 days. So don't worry about it, bro.
Right,
Don't worry
right.
about it. You
So
know,
what if your mom gave the money to your brother because they was the
So here's the thing. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm a daddy's girl and my brother is a mama's boy. So I won't be
She
surprised
said-
if my
she
mama
said-
done did
She like
that.
she got to get her shit together. Once she get her shit together,
Right.
you thinking all this time your shit together. She
thinking.
like when she get her shit together.
I want to get back to that too, the daddy's girls thing. We can get back to that a little bit later, but
Okay.
you know, because I have 2 daughters,
Mm-hmm.
so
You got 2.
this nigga ain't got none. He got 1,
I got
and she
1.
grown.
Why y'all say like that?
Because you got 5.
Yeah.
Always. Listen,
About
I
5.
didn't want 1 boy. I had 7 ultrasounds to make sure that it was not no surprise
Wow,
like this
7?
anywhere.
7, wow.
And when she came out, the first question they said was, "Is it really a girl?" I said that. Like dazed and everything. They said as soon as she came out, I was like, "Is it really a girl? And what color are her eyes?"
So why didn't you want a boy?
Because I knew, well, here's the thing. Of course, you don't know until you know, right? You don't know how you're going to be as a parent. But I was such a girly girl that I didn't want a boy. I wanted my daughter, and then let me tell you how it comes back to you. I was a cheerleader, dancer, all of that. So I wanted a little girl, pink and purple, all of that. But then my daughter get to middle school and play basketball, y'all. So that's how it was.
No, not a
She took
cheerleader.
after. She took after.
She's I want to hit threes like
You
Curry.
feel me? I had no, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
See, that's another subject. Oh, that's
She
another
took after
subject.
daddy.
Which wasn't in her life
Dun,
at all.
dun.
Wasn't in her life. Didn't play basketball with her.
Right.
Didn't shoot her the ball or
Right,
nothing.
right.
That's how life works.
Was not.
Yeah, that's
how
that's
life
intuition.
Okay, so we can actually skip because we still spoke on it.
Oh, okay.
50 Cent leaving his fortune to his youngest son, but do y'all think that's right? He left his oldest son out.
I'm a Curtis fan.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
my boy, Curtis.
Yeah.
Me and Curtis. But you know what? They have had, and we only see what's in the media, but they've had a
Tumultuous.
Yes, you see where I was going with that relationship for a while. But it does go back. And I think I saw it in here about entitlement too. You can't treat me trash your whole life. And just because you're my child, mother, or whatever it is,
Right,
think that
right,
I
right,
owe
right,
you
right,
something that I worked hard for.
Right.
I don't care what people say about 50. That man works hard for his money or whatever the case may be. And if you as my son is going to treat me like dirt and you think that I owe you something,
But
See, the
okay.
mistake that he made, the mistake that his son made, the oldest, he started talking. And
never
people got
missed the opportunity to
People
shut
got to
up.
see who he is as a person. He started talking online and exposing his personality.
But you know, a lot of that early on stuff. But I just feel like because he's still young, right? A lot of that,
Like 20-something. 20.
right. But I'm saying
He's still young.
a lot of that is coming from. This is my mom. I'm defending my mom.
Yeah.
I'm a mother's son. All I know is what I've heard or what I think I know, and I'm defending my mom. And then it's like she didn't probably say certain things around him and stuff that he's picked up on and all that. And all I know is this man ain't around. This man got a lot of money, and we might not be doing as good. We ain't doing as good as him. And then you can't measure up where you at compared to where he at. They might have been okay, but it's like if that's all I know, I'm thinking, well, shit, this ain't nothing because we still struggling. I can't get everything I want, right?
Right.
But what I'm saying is when you grow older and you start going through your relationships and stuff like that, you start eventually learning. I feel like their relationship went sour before he had a chance to go through enough things. He was still in defense of his mom.
He was still young.
Right.
To not, young enough to
Yes.
not understand.
Right.
And to know that it might be a situation to where the mother is bitter. So I'm going to start saying stuff. I'm going to put it out there. I have access to the media just as well as he do because I am his baby's mother. So I have access to the media. I can say something. They can believe me. Some people can believe me. So as a young child, he don't understand that. Now that he's older, I'm sure he understands that part, but he still got to take his mom. He got to have his mama's back.
I want to speak on that because this is a thing that I like to talk about also when I talk to, and again, there's always a percentage, right? There's this percentage and there's that percentage. So I'm never speaking generally. But I say this too when it comes to the fatherless men, and I don't like these terms, but I'm just saying them right now, or the men that don't have their father in their lives or have some type of resentment in their lives. Y'all mamas could have been trash. You know what I mean? And I know that it's hard to take in as a man.
Sound like fireworks.
Nigga,
you from? Where you say you from?
my mama, my everything,
I
nigga.
get it. Y'all, and y'all are the sunshines, and y'all are y'all mama kings too. I get
Hey,
it.
hey,
All right?
hey, Alan, where's she from anyway?
I get it. And I'm not talking about everybody's
We
mama.
just
That's
playing.
not
We
what
just
I'm
playing. We
saying.
just
But what I am saying is that everybody's human. And I think that we take the human aspect out of our parents, right? Because again, we're parents as well. As we all are sitting here going through our own ish, you think our children know? No, because we're not, but we still have to get up every day and fight our own personal battles. So I say that to say a lot of men are putting their mothers, and yes, moms are great. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is you don't know how your mother was as a girlfriend. You don't know how your mother was, and I'm not saying anybody here specifically. I'm talking to the men.
Sure.
You don't know how your mother was. I'm not excusing, I'm not justifying the absence of a father and everything. But what I am saying is that when it becomes these battles, when you're trying to defend your mom and like it's always defending the mom and putting the dad down. My mama did this for me. Nigga, you wasn't there. You wasn't there. And it's just like, hold on, because I
Hold
get
on,
it. Your
bucko.
mama was there.
Bucko,
but
I was
that
doing all I
doesn't
could,
mean,
bro.
You know, so I just want to say that y'all mama's not really trash, but I am saying try to understand also
The opposite
that-
side of the spectrum.
That's
A lot
it.
of men don't get to that till they go through their own relationship.
Right.
Yeah, because I've asked my mom that. Just the fact that, dealing with my father, whatever, I asked her, I said, do you think there's any part on you
That's good.
that kind of messed up the situation?
I know, mom.
And I love my mom. I know what she did. I know what she went through or whatever. But I just, like you said, growing up and realizing certain things, I want to ask that.
Yeah.
Because I know how certain things a woman can do.
That's good. Y'all close enough for you
Yeah.
to feel comfortable.
Yeah, that's good.
Now, me, I can sit here and think about when my mom and my dad was together. They were too young to understand exactly what we're talking about. They were fresh in high school.
Yeah.
It's almost
Actually,
like we don't even know, who I was talking to somebody, but we look at our parents as our parents. We don't even see them as being kids growing up. We think they born at 40 years old.
Right.
That's why
That's when we met him.
I tell my daddy all the time. I tell my daddy, I'm like, man, that was the best day of your life.
Well, that's why
Not saying that he didn't have a life, but for me, the day I came into this world, your life started.
That's why that song
growing.
I always go back to that song Tupac's "My Mama's Just a Little Girl," and then when you kind of go back to when you was born, your mom was in her 20s,
Yeah.
or whatever that, and then
She wasn't even 20 yet. She 18.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm still trying to figure my shit out today,
Hello.
to this day.
To this day.
Right now.
To this day.
So that's why you start having grace for your parents. Like, man,
Yeah, exactly.
because
Yes.
between 35 and 45, those some tough little 10 years right
for real.
there. You know what I
And
mean?
then a whole
you
nother
gotta
I would
think
say
about it
it's
this way.
beyond tough.
Yes, because like you said, once you start having your own experience and your own children, I had my daughter when I was 19. So then that makes me think like, yo, I made my parents grandparents at like,
Right.
whoa, I was foul. Like I did that.
Yeah.
But now, guess what? My daughter's 21. Please don't come home. You
And
know
even
what I'm saying?
the
Like,
the
don't.
mindset of them as your parents,
Yes.
like, what's the truth? What's the honest opinion that they thinking when you going through that?
Because I just found out my daddy, and I'm a daddy's girl, and my daughter is a granddaddy's baby. It's like beyond that. So he was joking, like maybe a year ago, and was like, yeah, then she ended up pregnant. I was like, I thought you
Yeah,
loved it.
it's coming out. It's
Yeah,
coming out.
hey, the truth. Hey, the truth.
Supported you.
The truth is a
I
motherfucker.
supported you.
Hey, the truth is a motherfucker after a while.
Yeah.
And
It's
even I
coming
was
out.
talking to my godmother, and me and her are very close. And then she was like, yeah, who told me you was pregnant? I'm like, wait a minute,
Your
y'all.
daddy probably cried in the shower.
Man. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so look, let's get into it. You was a
Yeah.
daddy's girl, right?
Yeah.
I got two girls, two queens, and coming up, they were daddy girls,
Okay.
like
You don't think they still daddy girl?
under me, under me, putting them to sleep, sleeping,
I know what he getting at.
sleeping, and everything.
You know what he
else.
getting at.
All right, we talking.
Holding them and coming to daddy, and I want daddy's girls. Now my youngest daughter, she still gives me my hugs. My oldest gives me my hugs too, but you can see the change in the mentality.
The independence.
Yeah, the independence. Not saying that they're irresponsible or anything, but my oldest daughter have a boyfriend now. And I'm so like,
Ooh, he said it. He said it.
and I'm so like so attentive to that situation. I'm just saying any and everything, telling this is what I want, this is what I don't want, this is and that. Was your dad like that as well?
No.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. So I'm not exactly sure if it's the times or not, but I tell this like as much as I'm a daddy's girl to the heart, my dad never did the whole I love you sleep under thing like that.
Okay.
Right? So it's about the relationship that you set, right? And again, my dad, this was maybe like 2 years ago, we were in bingo. And my dad looked at me and my brother was like, you know what? I love y'all. Me and my brother was like,
Right. I don't know where.
right. So how old is the oldest one?
15.
15. I do remember that when I did shift from my dad, it was because I had a boyfriend.
Okay.
Right? So it was but it wasn't him having a discussion or a conversation. I can honestly say that experience is everything. I don't care. And as parents, y'all can talk to y'all blue, red, pink, and purple. Your children are going to mirror you. And I need parents to understand that. I'm not saying don't have the discussions, but what I'm saying is that I guess to your point, not saying that he didn't need to have a discussion, but he didn't need to because I saw like my dad, that's the type of person that I want. We're all gonna make mistakes. I made mistakes at 18. I done did some when I had my first boyfriends at 15 and all that, but it always brought me back because I saw my dad. You know what I'm saying? So she's gonna shift. They're going to, especially when they get boyfriends or anything. But as long as you instill, it's not what you say, because you're gonna look like a hater. You're gonna look like, oh, my daddy tripping. Like you don't want her to go against you because you're going against it, but show her. So I would say show her more. Show them more of what you want them to look for in a man. Show them more how a man should treat them.
That goes to what he said, what he asked me a while ago. He said, do you ever take your daughter on dates? Just daddy-daughter time or whatever like that. So that goes into that as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I said everything that I could say about my dad was more experiences. He was a truck driver. So this was back in the day when restaurants weren't everywhere. So if he found a new restaurant, this was Applebee's. I remember
it's
Applebee's was never, or like it
Okay.
wasn't. If he found one, he'll come home, get the family, and that'll be, you know what I'm saying? So
It's funny that you say that. That's honestly, that's like me and my daughter. If I found, like when I used to drive buses all the time, up and down Santa Monica, up and down
Yes.
Sunset, up and down Hollywood. You know what? I'm gonna take my daughter here.
I think that's dope because it's like you getting her different experiences. So
Yeah.
now it's like
Exactly.
it ain't like she need that from. It's like nigga, my daddy's
Exactly.
here.
Exactly.
I'm
And that's-
still fake
yeah.
it, but it's like nigga, I
Yeah.
done been here 3 or 4 times. Like
Exactly.
my man,
And that's
like,
it's,
you know.
it's funny that you say that because now, like you said, my daughter, like I said, every weekend she's with her boyfriend, but she's been with her boyfriend since high school, and she's with her friends, and it's funny. Dad, yeah, I was there last week. Remember when we hit here? Dad, I went to Beverly Hills. Remember when we went to one of the places we went to in was it Sunset? I'm like, yeah. She was like, man, we were just over there the other day. I'm
I
like,
think those are affirmations, opening doors, certain
Yes.
things that it's like, so where it's like more of a requirement than it's like, so they won't feel like, you know, they won't just take anything
Yeah.
as validation or something like that. So
just
it's
like yesterday, I took my youngest son. I took him and his girlfriend. I took them on a date. This is what you do. This is, you know, we went to got flowers. I got them dressed up. I let them put on my Louis Vuittons and everything
Yes.
else.
Louis?
My Louis. I let him put on my Louis Vuittons. He was out here like, Daddy, I got red bottoms on.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
good.
We took him to the movies. You know, took him to Cheesecake Factory. Just simple, real, but just to show him, hey, open the door, go
That's
to knock
dope.
on the
That's
door.
dope.
This is what we do. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? I just try to do what I wasn't taught. You know, what I
Yes.
wanted to be taught.
and that's how we was talking about, you know, how you was wanting certain things.
Yeah.
That's your, when you doing that, you're gonna start seeing different
Yes.
things because this is your time now. Like
Yeah.
I mean, to show certain things that she couldn't show. Now it's your time to kind of show these things, and you know what I mean. You
Most
teach,
definitely.
you gonna,
Influence.
like we said,
Yeah,
you gonna
because
start
my
seeing
mom
certain
was
things.
really good at that, at being welcome as a point instead of being pushed back. So I say that to say, I was in kindergarten, thought I had a boyfriend, right? Instead of my mama like, oh, no, she'd be like, oh, okay, let me meet the parents. And like, we were really hanging out. I thought this was my boyfriend, but my mama knew what she was doing. She was like, yeah. So
Keeping them
still
close.
to this day, I know this guy and I love his parents and everything, but it's not like this was my ex at
He
5.
socked you in the back of the
We
head.
were
You
like,
like, it's over.
Right. So I say that to say,
Trip.
Alan, is more experiences because what you say, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure my daddy was like, yeah, that nigga, or like, you know what I'm saying? Don't. Well, my dad's a tourist too,
Okay.
so that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
But I will tell you, experiences, because that pushback is going to like make her want to be more under that man. Or
I'm
that
not
guy.
necessarily giving her pushback. I'm opening her eyes to
Yeah.
almost everything.
Like what?
All right, I would say this. Yeah, I was
Because
just
I want
about
to see.
ask.
Because here's the thing.
The bad shit. You know, niggas
yeah,
is
that's what I'm saying.
I'm just
Because we
playing.
also, what we also don't want to do as parents, and I and myself am guilty of this, trying to. What we don't want to do is make them too afraid to not want
Cautious.
cautious to not want to have their own experience.
Right.
So I even went through that before. Like I was like, oh, don't go outside. Oh my God, every kid getting shot at these parties. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't.
Right.
But I'm like, go, but just you got to be careful, so you don't. But then I didn't want my daughter to now be outside thinking, my mama said I'm gonna get shot. Let me tell you one more
Those are
funny
the kids
story.
that get shot because they so scared.
Because here's the thing, my mom.
They don't know when to run.
I forgot, and I'm gonna tell y'all this one quick story. I forgot what year Public Enemy came out. 911 is a joke.
Accent.
Right. Who was it? Go ahead. Come on. 911 is a joke. What year was it? What's the album? Who was the producer and the composer?
That's it.
Yeah,
I was talking before you said that.
yeah,
He sure was.
That's
He
our
was like
go-to right
80,
there.
I was going to say 88.
Okay, so I was born in 83. When that song came out, my mom told me that song was bad. Don't ever listen to that song, you know what I'm saying? Because the police are woo-woo. I went to Kansas City one summer to go visit my family for summer school. I don't know why I went to the Public Enemy concert. I'm in Kansas City, another state. They perform that. I hide under the seat. I'm crying because I think I'm about to get in trouble because my mama done told me that I can't listen to this song and everything. So you see, you don't want your children to be too cautious to where they're walking around
they're afraid.
or nothing like that. So I would have loved for my mom to explain to me why I shouldn't listen to, or I say like 911 is not a joke, but they're here, like something like that. Because then I wouldn't have been so afraid, So that's why I say it's
NWA came out. You
No,
really
you was terrible.
you ran down the street.
Man.
So my wife explained that to me. My wife has been telling me not everybody thinks like you.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah, they don't.
my life experience was what it was, not everybody thinks like you. So with me trying to prepare my daughter, even though I told her, I said, in the perfect world, you met somebody in high school. Y'all high school sweethearts, y'all grow up, be married, have kids, have a happily ever life. You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I'm thinking, y'all haven't went through life yet.
Yes.
And I'm telling her that. But like you said, you don't want to make her so cautious to where she's not putting. I don't want her to put her all into it, but I still want her to just understand that you got to go through college too. You got to go through life.
Right, but understand this. Hold on, I don't want to lose this point. Understand this. What you're saying, you're all to it though. All it is based on capacity. You see what I'm saying? So all right now at 15, because we're 40, it looks like they're all.
Right.
It's not there, So again, that's why I'm saying we're looking at it as our whole life. You know what I'm saying? And they're still 15. They're still like, what do you mean? Like, so that's why I would say, try to flip it as more as an experience.
I would try to embrace it. Like, embrace that she likes somebody. And,
No, I
and
do.
embrace
Because
no, I'm just saying, what I'm saying is this, is embrace it. Like, this, what I mean by embrace is celebrate that she just want to be with one person right now. Celebrate that she's happy with this person. It might flourish into something. And it's not always like, I know with my daughter, I started like I was so cautious. I mean, I was so nervous about her growing up, sex and all this other stuff, to where I may start making her watch 16 and Pregnant when she was 12. Like, this is what you don't want to do because you know what I mean. But it's like, but once I got out of being afraid and just started trying to, I accepted that she's just gonna get older, and I just had to embrace on who she's going to become. And once I started doing that, and she's seen that I've done that. It's like she was like, Dad, I don't want no more boyfriends. I'm just gonna be about school and do this. And then the next boyfriend she had, they still together. And I'm not saying that I had something to do with it, but it just, you know what I mean? I feel like I just had a tiny bit to do with it.
I think understanding, going through our own experiences, kind of understanding life. Like when we was younger, we kind of know how we were as boys is, your friends and everything. So you like, You don't want them to
Yeah.
kind of get so invested because you understand, like we just you
Yes.
kids, and then
Right.
you also understand the other side of it of getting too serious too early.
Yes, right.
So you kind of scared of both of those, kind of like you getting a guy that's just trying to use you and it don't really mean that it's just temporary, and then getting too serious and it's like you haven't even really experienced nothing, and I want you to kind of slow down,
But-
and so it's kind of like you have to find that middle. Somewhere.
I don't push him away. He comes over.
Yeah.
I was
You know, I talk to him. You know, just as much. I say the same thing.
Pretty
I say
Ricky came over.
he been coming over.
I want to go over there and
I've
see
been,
one day.
I've
so to
been
see the
saying the same
dynamic.
thing to him as far as my kids.
Pretty
like,
Ricky, what they
how
call
your
him.
grades.
What they call it.
You know, how your grades. You know, what do you plan on doing? What do you like? I say the same thing.
Okay, good.
So just to fill him out and just to like, look, if my daughter's gonna be with you, she got to be with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm.
No, that's good because
Yeah.
let me
Right.
tell you something. My daughter's father didn't. And it got to the point where she would test him to see if he would be that and he wouldn't. But she had my brother, my dad, they on every guy.
Right,
Come bring it. Who are you? What? But I would
It's
say,
funny when I was in relationships. I love the dudes like that. They come bring it because I know how to be. I know how to be somebody else outside of me. Like they were like, nigga, what? And I used to be.
But I don't-
But you know, it wasn't even about that. I think people need to understand too what the point of this is. So I say it's not about, being challenged. Like if a guy be like, oh, what's your, it's not to scare the guy.
Right.
It's more
Think so?
to let you know, what she up against. You know who she got around, and you can't play with her.
Right. I'm not trying to be
Yeah.
intimidating. I'm not trying to be the aggressive. I said that to her.
Yeah.
I said it to him. That's not even me. I need to be real. I need
Yeah,
you to be
you need
real.
to be.
So it's not about intimidating you because that's not real. Because she already made the decision. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
me being intimidating don't really mean nothing.
Right, exactly. So, but I will tell you though, you're not gonna lose your little girl. Like she's not gonna give you all them kisses and hugs because she hugging somebody else. Not like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's not. She's still gonna be a daddy's girl. But I would say continue to step into the role of just showing.
My wife told me, she said, you gotta trust her.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about what you went through as a young man. You have to trust her what we're teaching her.
So how were you as a young man?
Right, because that's what I'm saying. I think I was going to go back to your trajectory word that you love, is that as his parents, or especially as the fathers, they do that to their girls because they like, I know how my niggas was back in the day.
Yeah.
I know what we did to Tammy back in the day, so you ain't going to do that. So
Right.
I get that, but also too, even for me with the daughter thing, right? I had my daughter she surpassed when I had her. But I'm sitting up here like, oh my God, don't get pregnant. Because my mama was 18, 19 when she had me. Then I was not that there's a pattern. But you see what I'm saying? So I'm like, but then
Nah,
my
you
daughter.
said numbers.
You
Hold
see?
on.
But my daughter is like.
I'm
right.
just playing.
But my daughter is now, she's like, I don't want no kids.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
how my
girl,
daughter.
you crazy.
That's my
But
daughter's.
in my mind, if I was to come at her and be like, look, birth control, throw it, like, excuse me, all of that, like, that's me. And she like, whoa, hold on, That's
All right.
we can do it. I love y'all.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Woman tweets parents don't love all of their kids the same because they don't have the ability to.
Oh,
This is you.
No, this was me.
this was you. Okay.
Well, I just seen the topic. It ain't me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see my eyes give it.
Whose topic was this?
This was my topic. I saw this on social media and it was a rap. It was just a person, and she said woman tweets. She don't feel like you have the ability to love your kids the same or whatever, or you have favoritism for your kids. And because I'm gonna answer because I know y'all be saying I feel like it's more about
Well, it's tougher for you because you have 5.
I have 5, but I love
Can I
all
hear the
my
ages?
kids. I have one's 20, about to be 21. Gonna really put me on the spot on the podcast. November 28th, he'll be 21. I have one that's 17. He just turned 17 in July. He'll be 18 June. He'll be 18 in June. I have one that's 15. That's about to be. One that's 14, about to be 15. Junior, about to be 15 in December 4th.
Amen.
that's my daughter's birthday.
I have 11-year-old. He'll be 12 in July 17th, and then Aiden he'll be 7 in June.
Could have just said 7-11.
Yeah.
I didn't want to cut him off, but I was like,
That's how I remember
That's
it.
how I remember. He had to remember their birthday.
He
He was
like,
like,
birthday.
You right.
Birthday.
Right.
Birthday.
I
Also,
got
so
mine, man.
but their birthdays all so Brenda got pregnant all in the same around the same time.
No, they just happen to be back.
No,
month-
the
You mean
months.
yeah. I don't know what be happening.
Yeah, certain months.
Right around 7 months, right. Uh-huh.
No,
Right.
but Thanksgiving around this time.
So is there favoritism?
Right.
No, I feel like there's a thing of you. I love all my kids equally. No, that's not the say I love them differently because I think love is more so shown, and you show love. You don't, you know what I mean? So certain kids need love shown certain ways. So, you know, I love all of them equally, but I may show them in different ways. Some may need more affirmations or certain things. Some may want me to just see me or show up or something. Some may need conversations, me to spend time with them. You know, right now, you kind of learn your kids and you learn what they need. So it's like, but no, I love all my kids equally. I don't love none of them no more than the other. But I think that's what she was probably trying to say, that the ability, you don't have the ability to, because you can't show love like everybody. Like we all need love differently. Like can't nobody love us all the same. I mean, you can love us equally, but you can't show love the same. Somebody may show the love that you need, and that might be enough for you, but I need a little bit more, or I need a little bit something different. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying.
Okay, I'll say this. Well, me and you possibly can relate because you have a daughter and you have two sons. I have a son and I have two daughters. There is no difference in the love, but you know that there's a difference in how you
Express it.
to your daughter opposed to your son. So you express it to all your sons the same.
No.
No, what I'm
they're
saying is,
different ways.
as far as them being young men growing up, you teaching them.
But it's still different. That's what I'm saying. Essentially,
Okay,
it's
so
like it's still different.
for me, I might be more stern with my son and less stern with my daughters, even though I'm teaching them the same.
That's teaching. That's not love.
Does that have to do with gender?
It does, because I want him to grow up. I guess what you
Probably
might,
my dog, but
I guess what you might say, not soft and ready for any contention or confrontation. So yeah, I'm teaching him like this is what you want, even though I'm teaching them the same way. There's no love different. I'm not loving them different, but I see the maturity different from my daughters than my son. So but I'm loving them the same.
right.
I would say with me, I think it's kind of the same as you, like you stated earlier. But with me, I think it was more. I put more love into I put more love into my daughter because I had her more. I mean, she was more around me. She was around me more than I do, and then I had my sons. My oldest son, I had him until he was 11. Then it started tapering off. But the love hasn't changed. But it's just, you know what I mean. When you around your kids more, it's just, you know what I mean. My daughter, she's always been there. My youngest son, I just got him when he was 12. Now he's for about a year. So it's not the love, it's just how to show. Like each one is different. My youngest son, he's more of a, like you said, affirmation. He's one on you have to continue to talk to and show. My oldest son is more of, actually, I'm still learning him because it's like within the last 3 years, so much has changed between him and our dynamic. It has changed so much since it's just been him with his mother more within those 3 years. So that's the one that kind of, the love is still there, but it just, I haven't really truly figured out the love that we have between each other. And what I mean by that is because I don't have him as much. Mm-hmm. And then my daughter is just an abundance of love. You know what I mean? Like I said, I express it to her all the time. It's funny to me that we had this conversation like today. I text my daughter and I was like, hey, texting you just to let you know I love you, I miss you, and I'm proud of you. I'm happy for I'm happy for you every day. Continue being you and living life to your fullest potential. Always give it your best. That's what I told her today. Just, you know what I mean, out of love, because I know she still needs love from dad, even though she is 24. And then I text my sons the same thing, you know what I mean, but just not, you know what I mean, as you know, the capacity of them just been an age that they are. So I mean, showing love is just, I try to do it 100% for each one.
I think it's tricky with the word love.
Oh
is
my
like,
God, I've been holding that statement in this whole time.
Go ahead. I'll let you go ahead.
No, I'm saying I was gonna say what you said. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? The word love is tricky because love is just the umbrella,
Right.
right?
Yes.
So I think
Right,
that
right.
when someone tweets this, and I don't know what the tweet is, but usually when people are using this context, they're talking about favoritism, right? But if we're talking here, it's really about treating. So it's not about loving; it's about treating their kids the same way, because you do treat your children the same way. Also, I want to say that you are always going to be different with your children because you had them at a different time, right? So you had the 21-year-old when you were, however, you are definitely not going to love, treat, or feel the same way to your son at 7 because you are a different person. So you
I like
can't
that you
even
brought that up,
love,
though. I like that.
you know
I mean,
what I'm
that you
saying?
really brought
Right.
that up.
You can't even love your oldest the same way as your youngest because you don't even love yourself the same way. You're different. You're grown. You're doing that. So when it comes to this, I think a lot of people say it
Great
when
point.
they're mad at their siblings because like, oh, it's the favoritism. Now me, I don't have that much experience because I only have one. Right. But here's the crazy thing. That's why I didn't want more because I knew the type of person that I am. I 100% everything. I'm the type of person don't half-ass nothing. Put your whole ass in it. So for
Put your
me,
whole ass, hey, put your whole ass in that shit.
So
Oh,
for
my bad.
me, with one, I'm like, I need to zone in. I need to be here. And then guess what? I left her father anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? So why would I put myself through having multiple children? Like, you know what I mean? And then I end up leaving her father anyway, you know? So I feel like it was the way it came. I mean, that had nothing to do with here or there, but I'm just saying that for me, I knew like I could only be worried about one child. I could only be worried if one is in the club. I can't be worried if two is in separate places.
Man.
That's for me.
Well, it was sorry.
Go ahead. No.
It was no difference for me because my kids are pretty much a year. Well, they are a year apart.
Right.
15, 14.
Hey,
the only one was the last one. She was 2 years apart.
But I do think that's like I
But that is a great point.
I talked to my son, my oldest, and I said, "You're gonna see, I've improved. I'm learning. I've
Yeah.
learned with you, right? So you're gonna see me improve and be. You're gonna probably think, oh, I wasn't in football this early. I wasn't doing that.
Right.
I said because I'm learning, and I said while I'm learning, I'm gonna become a better dad, a better person.
go.
I'm becoming a better. So you're gonna see it along the way. I don't want you to feel no type of way about it. I just want you to understand that I'm growing as a person. And while I'm being a better parent to them, also you're getting to see that, and then you also gonna becoming a better brother as you go too, because you're learning and stuff like that. So we learning together essentially, like, you know what I mean?
And dare I say it, sometimes again because we're human, I in some areas have declined to where my daughter picks that up now in her you know what I mean? So I'm not even saying that I'm continuing to improve because there are some things where my daughter is better than me and she be looking at me like, Ma, like, get it together. And I'm like, you know what? You right. You know what I mean? So it's about us having grace as parents and as children and as us as individuals.
Yeah.
Because I have a brother. It's only us. It's two of us. And we're 5 years apart. But I believe my parents did a very good job as keeping us separate and together as well. So while I was in drill team, he was on the T-ball field. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like I could never say, oh, they loved him more. No, they weren't. I don't know how, and this might be a question for my parents. I'm going to ask y'all later. My daddy just called me anyway. I don't know how they worked that schedule out. Like, because I was in drill team, parades, and all of this, but my brother plays sports too. So I don't ever feel like they ever missed a beat. Mama was never there because she was at my brother's game. So it's really about balancing.
We did that. All my kids were in softball, baseball at the same time. And
It's hard though.
it's
It's
hard.
hard.
It's definitely
That's
hard.
what I'm saying.
My daughter is down the field
Yeah.
playing softball. My son is up the field.
Right.
So, you know, when they do that, now we switch. Either Michelle is up there or I'm down here or vice versa. Or we just switch. Like, it is tough.
But see, you guys are present and there's an understanding.
definitely.
I think with tweets like this, someone's angry because their parent didn't fulfill their expectation at the moment when they felt like they needed to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
Let's go into this next one then.
So this one was mine. How much did hip hop rap music influence you as a person? And the reason I brought this up because going back to what you was talking about earlier, how you was coaching Carter, how to treat or a woman and how to, act while you're on a date or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So, my son listens to not today's hip hop, our era hip hop. He listens to that heavy. But he also listens to old school music as well. Mm-hmm. So, I know the other day I was playing Sideshow and he was singing Sideshow. Let the sideshow begin. Hurry, hurry.
Can't afford to
Fair to say.
pass. Come on now.
Yeah, he was singing it, right? He was singing along to it. So, but I also know what he listens to, like we said the last podcast. I know what he listens to. And I go through his phone. Mm-hmm. And I'm seeing how he's talking to the young lady. And how he talks to his mom sometimes. And I'm like, do you think what you're listening to makes you slightly aggressive to women? And he said possibly. So and I seen my boy had posted something too on Facebook saying our era of hip hop molded us to who we are, or something to that effect. And it's like, even though I know how to differentiate, the time and the situation, although I was listening to it, I wasn't calling no women bitches.
Right.
I wasn't treating
my biggest.
I wasn't not saying that he is, but he's more aggressive in his tone and he's more outspoken. And I just had to ask him, like, do you think that was that's a big influence on you?
I think one of the biggest influence me that led me to learn how to talk to women was Jodeci. Come talk to me. Come and talk to me.
I really want to meet you, girl. I really want to.
Okay, but listen.
That's my favorite version. I like that one better than
you know what I mean?
than the
But
original.
that taught me because it's like sing it, girl. But no, honestly, that led me to be like I had to take the approach to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Come talk to me.
But I do
Let me
feel like
find out you walked up to a girl was like, you look so sexy.
I did. If I didn't say it, I wrote it.
But also, flip side, let's be honest.
Yeah, DMX, where the bitches
that
at?
whole player mind state of having hoes and you know what I mean,
different area codes.
Not being a sin, being a player, you know what I mean, and all that. It's like that affected us. We impressionable as kids. It's like whether music or your homies is gonna talk to you like, oh, you ain't got no hoes, or man, so we had to go actually talk to girls back in the day and get numbers and stuff.
We couldn't
so you had to be able to be rejected. You had to have a thick skin, and if you didn't have no girls, they was gonna tell you didn't have no girls.
You ain't got no bitches.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you ain't got no hoes.
bitches.
Or if you only had one girl and you trying to be faithful, it's like that, and you were around this girl like you was like, nigga, this nigga, she on you, and you you know what I mean? You was gonna be influenced by, like, you know what I mean, stuff like that. So it's like that's another side. It does, you get that negative impact. We didn't really just learn love, how love was like in the 70s and 60s and stuff like that. It was love songs and all that. You know what I mean? And we didn't grow up on that. We grew up on
no. See, I did grow up. Like I said, my mom, she had a nook.
Yeah.
And
okay, but your mom is how old is your mom?
Right now she's 70.
Your mom is a little older, right?
Yeah.
And then you didn't grow up. So my mom is my mom, she ain't young, but she's like 65. But my mom,
that
is
is
East
important.
Side. My mom is a gangster. Yeah. We gotta went through a lot. Know what I mean? And my mom a little hood. Know what I mean? So
I think it depends on, again, environment, right?
Mm-hmm,
so I diagnosed myself with MT, as we can see here, music Tourette's, because I will bust out a song all day, right? Musical Tourette's.
We just heard it.
Right. Thank you.
We both say I do the same thing. They be mad at me.
But I think it's whether, and of course this is something you can control when you're young, whether you do it for entertainment or if you doing it for influence. So I say that for an example. There are Lil Wayne, Jeezy, my favorite rappers. Well, my number one favorite rapper is Eminem, but we're not going to say right now because this is. But I say that to say, I say that to say, I'm using Lil Wayne and Jeezy because those are my favorite rappers. But at not one point did I feel like I wanted to go out there and open a trap house. You know what I'm saying? Because it's entertainment. Now in my head.
Well, you're a girl too.
Yeah, you a girl, but
no. Hold on. I was going to get into this other one. Right. So I also say.
Oh yeah, well, we was young. We was older at that.
Because let's talk about being young. I also am a fan of Trina. Right?
As two foot.
And Little Kim, because that was back in the day. Mm-hmm. But not at one point did I go over there and put my in your nose just because Trina told me to. Look back
Busting
at
it
it.
open.
It was right. It was entertainment for me that I did it. Now, there were some our age that took that as an instruction guide.
Yes.
Right,
If you, like I said, if you sitting up there like you ain't had sex yet, girl, hold on. I know what to do. Let me listen to these Trina. Trina told me to back it up, like, you know what I'm saying? Put my nose in and like all of that. So it depends on how. So again, for me, like Alan, I grew up on it as entertainment. My dad will bump those oldies
Bobby
until
Blue
they
Band.
was not like, and my mom. So for me, again, entertainment. But I also do think that is why I love. So like, I'm open to love because
But
it
a lot
was
of
the love.
a lot of it
songs.
is also like how you said it is environment and what you grew up in. Like you said, you grew up in a 2-parent household. Like you didn't, but you had a stepdad around or whatever it may be, right? But some people like me, like man, my life was like
Yeah, so
I've been
went to
in
music
about
for
5-6 different foster
instruction.
homes, back and forth, granny and mama's like before 12, I probably did most than people that before 18. Like, know what I mean? So I say that to say a lot of the things that I picked up on early, especially you remember the worst things and the trauma and stuff. So a lot of things I was listening to or that I saw with my own eyes, I held on to, right? So yeah, I
you
might have
took it
picked
as
up
an
on a lot of the
instruction guide.
negative things and stuff like that. Not saying, but I eventually went, but I'm strong-minded too. I got my own mind, but I can't lie and say a lot of things wasn't, I wasn't influenced by a lot of things either, you know?
I grew up a lot, like I said last time, a lot of older people. My mom would be at work. I'll be across the street at my great auntie's house. They playing cards, spades, and all that
Bidwiz.
stuff. Or my
Spades.
mom will have parties every weekend.
Dominoes.
And
I grew up in apartments too. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Y'all grew up in
exactly.
houses.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
My mom
I
had
grew up in
a-
the projects.
My mama had a nook where it's like probably like a 7 by 8 baby, and she had the records in there. I would get up and put the record on Gap Band because I want to hear the rooster, but I'm listening to the music. So that's where I'm inclined. Hip hop.
Yeah.
I did that on my own. My mom
right,
wasn't
right,
listening
right,
to hip hop.
But my cousin, I learned Michael Jackson from going over my cousin's house one weekend. Now I knew Michael Jackson, but I went through the albums. Now, say if I lived with that the whole time.
Right,
So
exactly.
yes, you're
Exactly.
gonna be influenced by what you amongst all the time. You know what I mean?
But shit, when I was 14, I was listening to Shy, Color Me Bad.
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, but think about it this way too. How about when y'all hear people now our age and be like, "Oh, we had no business singing this back in the day."
Terrible. You just
Because
said it.
we didn't really pay attention
Trina.
to it then. You
Oh
know
no,
what I'm
we
saying?
paid attention.
Yeah, we did.
Well,
I was in a party like little kid said, "What?"
Hindsight. My mom had parties every weekend. My sister got older. She had parties every weekend. The music was different. It was Luke for my sister.
yes.
So that's
I
not.
tell you.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's not
Hey, I would say this.
ideal for
Yeah.
a high school.
No,
junior
what
high
I'm saying
school
when you
age.
going, I went to parties and Lil Kim playing. I don't want to deny it.
Yeah.
No, that, no.
But what I'm saying is
Yeah.
that was later on when you were. I'm talking
I was
about as a-
13, 14.
I guess,
But still,
I
but
guess my
even
mama
still.
was different because my mom was in the backyard with us dancing to Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as a young child, this is what I'm exposed to.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, and a DJ. We got a
Yes.
DJ from the.
Yes.
You remember Mr. Shaw from
Yes.
elementary? He was the DJ.
Come on, Mr. Shaw.
But let me say this though, too, though,
He
right?
still he out here.
Yeah.
If you saw the kid I was, you know, that's why I like to, when I see kids, I don't like to write them off. Because if you saw me at that age, you would have wrote me off.
Yes.
Right.
You would have saw him and think he ain't got, look how he raised, he ain't got no power, was dirty,
Yes.
dusty, it probably was throwing rock top. I was bad as shit, you know what I mean? But I also was going to go pump gas to get change to get
Right.
food. I also was struggling. A lot of people didn't see
Yes.
what I was going through. Yeah, I was dirty, but I also was like, I was doing a lot of stuff.
Yes.
So when I say, when you see some of these kids, you look at me in life now, I'm getting it. I mean, I'm getting to it, but
Elevated.
sometimes you be
Manifested.
wait. That's what, because I'm not a prisoner of my circumstances. You know what
Exactly.
I
There
mean,
you go.
I learned to
There you
kind
go.
of, I wanted more and stuff like that. But I don't like to write off everybody else just because they come up under a certain place. Like I didn't get everything y'all got, but that even further pushed me too. You know what I mean?
I'm not condemning my son. Sorry, I'm not condemning him. I'm just teaching him that.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you know what you're listening to because I know the music.
Right.
What you're listening to is different from now. It's not really a big difference. It's probably more violent now.
Yes.
But what you're listening to can influence you. Whatever, everything that you witness or everything that you experience is a seed. Whatever seed you choose to water, that's the seed that will grow.
And And unfortunately, they're just not making it like they used to no more. I know that's a cliche, but they're not. But it's the same as clothes. My daughter, Children's Place, Justice. Now, if I go, I don't have any little girls to shop for, but they make them smaller. Like, they're only selling crop tops. They're only selling. So it's the same with music. They're only, and I'm not saying only, but what's reaching the masses is the music that they're putting out now, which is why I still go to the 90s R&B, and my daughter still listens to those
think anybody
as
in
well.
our age group, we still do that.
Yeah,
'cause
I
nobody's
definitely go
making
back
it.
now, and that's how I developed that. I would go back.
Yes,
Now,
you
my mom
gotta go
played
back.
I
it,
would
but
just
I
listen to
was
Alicia
so.
Keys.
That's the difference. Like, my mom played a lot of this music and stuff, but she also played other music. But I wasn't in the house so much. I was outside, so
Gotcha.
I was in the like around the bullshit. You know what I mean?
My daddy is a DJ Quick fan. I know all DJ Quick, but right after DJ Quick though, it was the stylistics.
But I'll say you got to keep doing what you're doing because, like, I was gonna say it's good you have a father, but there's some people that have fathers that still can get swept away. So you still got to have those conversations with your kids. So keep on doing that, man.
And just as parents, on this last note, give ourselves grace too, but also be open. We have to be open to our children. A lot of people ask me and my daughter, like, why y'all so close? Why y'all? And in my mind, I'm like, I just did what I had to do. But I'm open with my daughter because I understand. And although we have big family, but understand this, it's me and her. I'm not discounting her father. I'm not discounting my father or nothing because I had great support. But it's me and her because I am responsible for you until I'm not. You know what I mean? Oh, we got code. Yeah, so us as parents, I just say be open because a lot of parents get so caught up in their own lives that they push their children to the side.
Right.
Because they're trying to figure out their own stuff and not understanding, like, you can't leave.
Right. It's all quiet in here.
I know, it got quiet.
We ain't never not had that on.
But
It's wintertime now.
Yeah, we can talk. We got more topics.
What you got, man?
All right. What is humility? Pride and arrogance, the downfall of a man. I don't even like the way I said that.
Right, because
I don't.
I
What is
like it.
humility? Is humility, pride and arrogance, or could it be the downfall of a man?
Well, it's a slash. So
I know it's a slash, but I'm just saying.
But when you look at certain things, specifically now in media, what's his name? Damon Dash. He's kind of going through a lot of things. Then you got Diddy, then you got a lot of celebrities that's going through stuff. But just men, period, just humans, period. That we already know pride is the downfall of man.
Yes.
So what is humility to y'all? Because that's different for each person. People don't want to be humble. They say you shouldn't live humbly. They say you should live in your light. You should live in your shine. But is that
I say live with your confidence.
Is that considered arrogance? Arrogance or pride, or is it humility?
I think it's important to you gotta to be humble. I think you gotta have both. I don't think you let your humbleness deter how you can be confident and humble. Is what I'm saying. You can be both, but I definitely think you got to be humble because
anything can happen at any time.
Yeah, like they like to say, a lot of people two paychecks away from being homeless and stuff like that. So, and regardless of just being homeless, it's like just understand that you got to know where you started from and understand everybody has a start. You know what I mean? And understand that you only got there because you kept going. You was consistent, and you could also lose it all just as quick as you gained it. But I'm always a person, like I say, janitor to the CEO. I treat everybody with respect.
Exactly.
I don't care who you are. You know what I mean? And that's just how I live my life. And I feel like for the most part, when you live like that, you get it back. You know what I mean? And I've always got it back. That's how I made it through life. That's how I haven't had a lot of issues through life. I try to give respect. Even as, when we get older as men, like we black men. We got to walk around and we still are at danger of anything happening, right? So when I go through stores and stuff like that, what's going on, young man? How you doing, bro? You know what I mean? You give off a certain energy, 9 times out of 10, you get it back. Somebody can come in aggressive.
Correct.
We talked about that. Yeah. Somebody can come in and get aggressive and then, or just kind of their energy is like that. And you will hold the door. How you doing, bro? I didn't seen it. I do it. It's all damn near every day. and they'll be like, how you doing, bro? What's going on? How you doing, man? How you? I mean, and they bring that guard down and understand. Hey, we don't got to be like that. We're not threats to each other. So humble can keep you alive. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
keep
yeah,
you
yeah.
alive.
That's kinda
I'm
what
saying
I like.
as a black man,
Yeah.
but it ain't just about being alive. I'm just saying it goes. That's a
So
wide
we
thing.
need.
But yeah.
So as a black man, we need humility, but we also need to be
Humble ability.
We need enough
Humility.
confidence.
Right.
We need enough confidence to maneuver out here.
Yeah.
You know, to maneuver in certain situations.
Like me,
So it's a balance.
yeah, it has to be a balance. Like me, all right. So when I look at pride and arrogance, right? I look at pride. I look at the pride that I have for myself and what I stand for. And like I said, I have pride in what I'm doing. I have pride in the way I raise my kids. I have pride in who I am as a man in my makeup. I'm only arrogant about the confidence that I have in myself, my ability, who I am, and what can I bring to the front.
Arrogant
to the
in
forefront.
your confidence.
Yes, I am arrogant in my confidence.
Got it.
Main reason is because, like I said, I have a different respect level, and that's another. I mean, another thing is I'm arrogant about my respect. My respect is number one before anything else, and that goes. And I'm like, everybody know me. I'm different than everybody else. I don't believe in God, so my number one thing is respect. That's my arrogance. I lead with respect. I teach with respect. I raise my kids on respect. Respect and humble. Respect me and humble.
And I know, just to say one more thing, I don't like, because I said a balance. I don't feel like you. I feel like you have to be humble, but I don't think you got to bring your confidence down for nobody.
No.
You know what I mean? So you ain't got to equal that. You know what I mean? So that's why I take that back. Like, no,
But
you can have.
the confidence. I'm sorry, Kenya, but the confidence. You can be too confident to where it turns into arrogance.
All right.
And now you know when people get in position, they start looking at people that's down here, and that's where the fall comes.
But a lot of times that confidence, like you, it's like where is the everybody might have a different
Level of confidence
of where arrogance comes in at,
yeah.
where the two kind of you cross that line.
I get what you're saying.
It's
So
you know
like,
what I mean?
it's like, you know, confidence is here, but then that arrogance started to go past the confidence.
I remember I was in rail training when I was going for rail, and I would test every day. And when it was time to take, every day we would take a test. In the morning I came in, and the homie was like, I wasn't studying. I mean, I was ready. And he like, man, I'm like, so I'm ready for the test, man. Like, you know, and everybody study. He like, hey, you better study. I'm like, bro, I'm good. I already know I got it. He like, all right, now you too confident. Like you overconfident now. You getting too cocky. I'm like, it ain't talking too cocky, bro. I prepared. I know what I've done last night, all these other days. I'm prepared. But a lot of people may see it as confidence. So you don't know my struggle or what I've done or how much preparation that I did. So you might see it as confidence in my mind. You know what I mean? But maybe because you lack confidence at that moment, you're judging.
I don't know if you can be. I don't know if you can be too confident. That don't even sound right. But what you got, Kenya?
A play on words, because it's a lot of the words that are jumbling around and they get intertwined. So I'm going to start off with, in order to be humbled or have humility, it's a shot at your arrogance. Does that make sense? So therefore, humility or being humble doesn't even come into play if there's no arrogance. So I say that to say, so in your situation, because I was looking and this was the freshest one on my mind. So had you had been arrogant in your ability to pass this test, right? So you've been arrogant. You've been walking around like, I don't have to study because I know what I'm going to do, right? But you go in there and you get a 50%. That's when you'll be humiliated.
Right.
So that's not arrogance. You see what I'm saying? So I think that it's a difference. So Diddy, arrogant.
Right.
Now you're humble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying it really pride, it doesn't have to do, pride is something different. I don't think pride is different. Pride and ego are different than arrogance. So I get how you're saying arrogance and confident. I think confident can be good. I think that's what you're saying. There's levels until it gets to the arrogance. But I think that, I mean, because again, when you hear the word humility or humble, it's always used when something goes bad. Oh, you need to humble yourself. Or, oh my God, you just humiliated me, right?
Or
it's because you were way up here. That's where the arrogance comes in and somebody needed to bring you down.
Right.
Now, if somebody's just walking around here, I'm humble.
Right.
You ain't even did nothing. So how you know you humble? Like, you know what I'm saying? You can say like I've humbled myself, but again, humility and they don't come into play until somebody gotta knock you down a little
you
bit,
go,
right?
yeah.
Well, humility. I think humility is more. Well, what's the definition of humility? We gotta look that word up.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, because I think that's more humble. Is like you have. It's more so like in past tense. You have to be humble.
I mean,
Because
to me,
you can be humble, but humble for what? Like I mean, like so
just
that
being
makes-
humble as a person.
right? But I don't know if that's the right word for that.
Right.
It's like I mean,
It's not playing yourself. It's not using your position for power.
Yeah, that's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not using you in the position or even the situation that you're leveled up in as power.
is that empathy though? Is that like more?
Not necessarily, but you just
Or that's just being a fucking human being. It's like you're not supposed
But
not
see,
being a
but
fucking.
see, that's the thing though. People,
does that mean you humble if you don't use your
people
position?
live in arrogance. People live in pride. And
Well,
they,
yeah.
And they
But
look
it's the
down.
opposite of arrogance, humble. Is that the opposite of arrogance?
So
That's why I guess they play on words. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
right. So it says humble is it's an adjective.
Right.
So humble is the adjective, humility is the noun. Humble describes a person, action, or thing that is modest or lacks arrogance.
Okay.
That's the difference. So humility, which is the noun, it refers to the quality or the state of being humble. So his humility made him be loved by everyone despite his success. I don't like that example. But going back to humble, the challenging experience humbled him. So you
So
guys
it can be either or though. You can be in your be humble or you can be humble. I mean,
right, or you can be humiliated
right.
as well. So it
Or you
says the
can have
key difference.
humility.
Humble is a trait or an action. It describes a behavior or attitude, the act of being modest, while humility is the concept
I'm very modest.
of virtue itself, representing the mindset.
The mindset. There you go. So the people that we see, they were humbled.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have humility.
Right.
They were humbled.
Yeah. You're right.
And
right.
now they're being humiliated.
Right, exactly.
So for an example, right? So Diddy, he's now being humbled, but then in that cell, in the prison, he's being humiliated.
Right.
There we go.
All right. You know,
Denzel.
Don't be disrespecting my dude like that.
Denzel, man.
I'm not a Denzel fan. Can we start
What?
there?
I'm about
That's
to humble
lit.
you.
I've never
I
heard
know.
nobody.
And I know.
Oh,
every time I said,
time out. We
They
gotta
haven't do
get
nothing
to
with
get-
women and men. I never heard nobody
I
say they
know.
not.
Right.
a
Period.
Denzel.
Yeah. Can we ask why?
Denzel fan. It just doesn't do it for me. Like
So
there has not been one like movie. Now I'm not saying I don't like some of Denzel movies.
Denzel.
I cannot stand Training Day. Let me tell y'all that.
I wasn't gonna say nothing about trainer. I would say a glory.
Sure. I like
Malcolm
John
X?
Q.
Malcolm X.
I mean, I don't see that as a Denzel movie. It's Malcolm X. Like it was an auto, like you know what I'm saying.
He's only Malcolm X because
Yeah,
he
yeah.
made you see Malcolm X.
Yeah, but then I also like Jamie and Ray Charles. But I don't see it as a Jamie movie. I see it as an auto, whatever.
Okay,
Well,
but you only see it as Ray Charles.
Okay,
'cause
the
of
movie,
that.
they're not playing
be
themselves.
believable.
They all in
Right.
all movies they're
Exactly.
playing characters.
But
so.
but back to it is that there has not been one Denzel movie that I have been like or multiples where I'm like I'm a Denzel fan. I'm
Got
like
you.
I like John Q. I really do.
John Q was great.
John Q. But I mean, yeah, he's a great actor. Good in Fences, all of that. I'm just saying
That
I'm
was
not
my next
like,
one, Fences.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
But again,
I
I'm
would
not
have to
like,
have a
oh,
list to
Denzel's
see.
coming out. Let me go
So
see
who are
Denzel.
you waiting on it? Who?
Will Smith. I'm a Will Smith.
All right,
fan.
same.
All right, we're gonna agree to disagree. We're gonna agree to disagree. No, just
I swear to
play
God, I
it.
knew you was
Just-
gonna say that.
Just play
I
it.
knew that was your
Just play
opposite.
it. No, just play it. We're
I
gonna
didn't-
agree to
I didn't know
disagree.
that. I didn't
And
know that.
Martin.
Yeah, we're gonna agree to disagree on that
Martin
one.
and Will Smith.
I'm thinking.
Your favorite movie is probably Pursuit of Happiness, huh?
No. No, God, no, can't stand
It can't be Men in Black
Why would you go there? Out of all Will Smith movies, you
or
went to
the
those.
6 Degrees of Separation.
I didn't even see that one.
I Am Legend. 6 degrees of December. 6
We on
degrees of
Denzel
separation.
right now.
Yeah. Goes into
His
the
song was pretty cool too.
that goes into the this whole topic, the 6 degrees of separation. Denzel got a deleted kiss scene.
Right. Okay, let me play the video real quick. And we'll touch on it a little bit.
Yeah, because I don't know nothing about Gladiator. He in Gladiator or no?
Yeah, Gladiator too.
Oh yeah, no.
Ridley said he never saw the kiss. He said it didn't happen.
It's much ado about nothing.
Right.
It really is much ado about nothing. You know, they're making more of it than it was. I kissed him on his hands. I gave him a peck, and I killed him.
But I have to tell you, us gay boys want to see Denzel kissing another man.
Well, I don't have the part yet. You gonna write it?
Disrespectful.
All right.
Okay, I want because I don't think y'all seen that yet. Did y'all see that?
I seen that
sent
one.
it.
Yeah,
sent
I
y'all
seen
to
that one.
Now, because at first he came on and said he
Kissed him on the
he
lips.
kissed.
Full mouth on him. Yeah.
Did he say that? Did he
Yeah.
say the lips?
He said I fully kissed him on the lips. Yeah, he said that when it was a young lady was interviewing him.
Okay. Damn,
But it
man,
was
this mother-
deleted.
It was deleted. That scene was deleted.
Okay.
So
I have heard when it,
But it don't matter. He Denzel. It is what it is. He's 60 something now, right?
But when it comes to black men, and this is what I've heard. I don't like, again, I've never seen Gladiator, but what I've heard is that it is a thing where black men are being offered these roles to do these things, to demasculate the black actors. That's what I've heard, whether it's true or not, which is why they always bring up, you know, every black actor at one point has
let's just go
been
since it's hard.
in
No, I
just go back.
Yeah, I am.
every almost every black actor has been in a dress. Almost they're saying that these are the slave, them being slaves to the media. So I'm not gonna say I'm surprised or not, but this is my first time hearing that Denzel had to do anything of
Exactly.
that
Right.
sort,
Exactly.
right?
That's why I don't
So
care.
why at 60, like,
That's why that whole thing, when people say that whole conspiracy, oh, you gotta wear a dress, you gotta do this, you gotta
Yeah.
do, it don't even make sense.
right?
It don't make sense. But
Did Samuel L. Jackson ever wear a dress? Like,
no,
No.
And he's still revered as one of the highest, one of the
He the
best.
highest paid black man. I mean, actually, actor ever.
Denzel was revered as one
Well,
of the highest,
yeah.
one of the one of the best actors. So you don't have to do that.
Right.
But it just shows you that, but not shows you, but it begs you to question why now.
Right.
And I think it's because of the movie.
Yeah, I think.
It's
Yeah,
just never been written for him because of this movie and the time that it was in.
I would say that. I would say that the time that it was in, homosexuality was okay,
Right.
and I think that's just how it's portrayed in the movie or in that time that the movie was made.
Why do y'all feel like he felt the need to say that though? Because nobody made him say that.
You gotta ask. Didn't he get to ask the quote? What was the question?
Like I said, there was multiple interviews. I think it was one young lady. She alluded to something about that, and he said it. So I don't know if she asked him about that specific scene because she probably didn't know, but he still said it. Yeah, due to the questions that she was asking.
Oh, the one I saw, he just came out. You know, I mean, he kind of just said it.
But maybe
And
because the
then
dude
now
was
it's
gay.
coming
though.
out, but
Because
now
maybe
it's-
the dude was gay.
But that's we finding out like that the character was supposed to be bisexual, but it's like I don't know. I feel like kind of Denzel more so alluding to that now, and the director coming out and say no, that didn't happen. Now you saying you just kissed the hand and not the lips. It's like I'm confused now.
Right. Well,
No,
yeah, I don't know.
he said I got a peck on the lips.
I don't know why he said the hand. I don't know why he said that because in the other interview, like I said with the young lady, he said he kissed the man on the mouth.
But is it that big of a deal?
It's-
He's saying
I just don't know why.
I think
why
he's securing who he is. I mean, if he's gonna say it like that, though,
We know Denzel in any interview we've seen in any media outlets we've seen, he's standing on business about everything.
right.
You know, it's
I
not-
just
Yeah. So it's like now this is kind of controversial to his name. Like, you know,
but see, he kind of brought it up, and I just don't know why he did that.
Is
I mean,
that
that's what I'm saying.
trajectory?
so what are your thought process on this
Is that
thing?
I don't know.
trajectory?
I don't know why he did it. I don't know if he doing it for. He said he only got a few movies left. They already kind of done already. You about to retire. I don't understand. Is that for acceptance? And he's saying a lot. Denzel just came out and said he was on dope. Did y'all see that?
well,
He was like he been sober for 10 years and he used to shoot up and all that. Like I mean,
I don't know if I've heard it to the extent of him shooting up, but I think
well he
if
said
I'm not
yeah,
mistaken that he's done certain things. in
Yeah,
the
he
past.
said he only been sober 10 years. He been like, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I didn't know that. I don't know if he's getting older and he's just trying to like live his truth.
Well,
and
the older you get, the less the filter is.
Yes, and at that point, you don't care no more.
Yeah,
because
right, and
if
I
he's
get it.
gonna be out of retirement, then he
I just
ain't
don't
gotta
want
prove nothing to
my
nobody.
Denzel to go gay.
No,
Well, then maybe that's the answer to your question. Then which is why he's trying to do it, because that's why I keep joking and saying it's your trajectory. Maybe he in his mind, because we don't know how many times he had to defend this yet before these clips.
Right.
Maybe in his mind, he thinking like this question about to come up. Like for me, I always know when I say I'm a relationship coach, I'm always gonna be like, "Are you single? Are you in a relationship?"
Mm-hmm.
I already know. So I think maybe say that was like his 70th interview. He like, look, I kissed the man on the mouth. God damn it. Like,
Right.
you know, or
I ain't seen 70 clips. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. We can say what if, man.
right, yes, we can definitely say that.
I'm trying to tell you, he told me he kissed a man.
It's just weird hearing it because, like I said, we know Denzel standing on certain morals and stuff. So to hear this, to see the confidence of how he reacting to it, we know that is Denzel.
Mm-hmm.
The reaction and the confidence. But to hear the act is like, damn, Denzel, you know. But like I said, it's later in his career. He probably like whatever. Now.
Yeah.
And plus, right now, gays accepted it. Like, I mean, could you think about it? I mean, gay people are really more accepted, even just coming out the closet nowadays.
Even that-
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Is it? I hear it. Is it accepted if we are still lashing
It's
it?
tolerated.
Exactly.
It's tolerated. That's what I'm saying. It's not, a lot of these things that we're saying are accepted now is not accepted, because if it was accepted, we wouldn't be having this. Then it'd just be
Exactly.
like, oh, Denzel, he did that role. You know what I'm saying?
It wouldn't be a
Like,
think
would-
piece on
it's
a lot of certain
right.
Well,
it's
we're more
tolerated.
fearful to say anything too. You can't be as outspoken as you once was, because
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
because it's not accepted. That's
Exactly,
why.
because it's not
right.
accepted.
Yeah. Well, people have their own beliefs. It's not. Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
tolerated.
Well, it's accepted because we ain't beating nobody up for being gay, so
They
it's
are.
accepted.
But you still have thoughts. about
We
it.
not.
I ain't
Not you.
We not. Right. We not. But there are people that are out
beating
there.
gay
Right.
people up.
Yes.
Oh, that's that. They gay then. Those the gay people.
Hey man, they just beat
beating
up.
gay people up.
They just beat up Juicy Smollett. You know what I'm saying? Tied a noose around his neck and everything.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Subway
Hey, what,
sandwich.
hey, what did David Chappelle call him?
Juicy.
Juicy.
Yeah. I don't know.
He called
but
him Juicy Smollett.
Anyway, Denzel, I gotta, I want to watch that movie. Gladiator is a classic, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Hopefully he did dope. I definitely want to
They
go
said
see
he
it.
did. They said he did awesome.
And we got to put you on some Denzel movies.
I
We
like
gotta
the Book
see.
of Eli.
Okay,
That was
so,
good.
Okay,
That's
okay.
a dope movie.
Again, just
That movie
not a
goes into the
fan.
Bible. That's a dope movie.
That
man.
is.
That's I mean, just the whole little concept of that.
Yeah.
movie.
No, it's just the fact that you said Will Smith.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, you went
Yeah.
from Denzel
Yeah.
to Will.
Yeah.
Man.
That was
That's
like low key
crazy.
disrespectful.
Yeah, they
let you live, though.
class in the acting of
Okay,
thought
Will
hold on.
Smith.
Can I redeem myself?
Yes.
If I can redeem myself, I'm not really like that
movie buff.
a movie like that. Like I'm a black Tubi movie. I'm House Party.
Oh, well,
I'm
shit.
loving basketball. I'm that. But that's what I'm saying. So
You
I'm
just
not
love movie. I mean,
yes.
love enhanced movies.
Did you just say
Tubi.
Tubi after the word Denzel?
Yeah.
Right, so that's why I'm saying, like, don't come down on me.
So,
So I'm
the
just
gun-
telling you,
I
the,
got
the
You got to see the
caliber of
gunfire
movies-
and the bullet come
That's
out.
what I'm saying. The caliber of movies that I love, Denzel would not be in. So that's why I'm
She's
not a
in
Denzel
romance.
fan.
It was like if Denzel was in a
Yeah.
romance movie.
You like when everybody kill everybody and the kid on Tubi, because that's what they do.
And then the bullets really didn't go
Right.
down. Yes.
Wow, wow,
Listen, I'm telling you.
I was watching low budget movie before Tubi came out.
Me too.
So-
Yeah, the
Amazon,
DVD
man.
man.
So,
boy,
all right, I would say
especially
this.
Murse.
DVD
So
man.
your favorite movie is Love Jones.
It's up there.
It's
It's not a favorite.
Now, yeah, Poetic Justice type movies.
It's cool, but no, my all-time number one, I got two that I can watch all day, every day: House Party and School Days. So I'm that girl.
I'm with School Days, but House Party.
All day,
Okay.
every
House
day.
Party too. Yeah.
House
From the
Party
rooter to the
is.
tutor, starting the beginning.
I don't like reading y'all questions because y'all got y'all what's that
Y'all
called?
want me to go there? Why women don't learn how to respond in a positive way
Oh, wrote that. I know
talking
you wrote
to
that.
your partner?
Why don't?
Why
Explain.
women don't learn how to respond in a positive way?
All right, this is
Talking
I
to
think
your
this is the
partner.
conversation that we were having.
Oh, no.
You wrote this before she
Yeah,
came.
you right.
said
No. Word. Like you, no, I was having with somebody else. Is You.
Yes.
No. What I'm saying is this: it's like, all right, as men, we always are taught, or we try to teach each other how the tone of the reaction, or what we say to a woman. But it's like when the woman come to us, it's always unfiltered. It's always their tone is this. Then it's like, oh well, you said this to me, and it's like women don't. It's like when is the woman gonna learn how it goes both ways?
Fellas.
No, we looking at you. You
Oh,
in the
okay.
mirror.
And then it's funny.
He
I
said
wrote this while we were having
women-
that discussion earlier.
Why don't women learn? It's just that they don't learn it. I'm not even going to say taught like school curriculum taught, but again, environment. So I know some women that grew up in the South, right? Just loud for no reason, but that is how they grew up. So a man that didn't, they would see that as being aggressive, this, or even in the tone. Like I have aunties from Memphis, loud, aggressive in the tone, but that's just how she is. She's the most loving person.
But my rebuttal against that is this. As soon as a man say, and I mean, once they talk to the man and they get mad, it's totally different.
So wait, which part of the question you want me to answer?
I know. You can answer the question.
Because that's different. So when it comes to the man, but first let's touch on the woman, because that's the problem with people. They think that just because you're here, that person's supposed to be here, right? So it's not like, oh, don't talk to a man like that if you don't want a man to talk to her like that. No, every individual should speak the way that they speak. And you're only going to speak the way that you speak based on how you learn to speak that way. So again, for an example to your question is that the women that respond in a negative way or don't know how to talk to to their partner is the only one that is going to get shooketh if that man matches that energy.
Shooketh.
That's my favorite word, y'all. I love it.
That's a Memphis.
So you see,
Shooketh.
it's a little shooketh. So it's not like, oh, well, when a man do it, you don't feel that way. Like, no, it's not that. She's not used to a man doing it like that.
Exactly.
She ain't never had a man do it like that. So she don't know that what she's doing is wrong because a man ain't never did that. So yes, it's like I can rah, 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 but when a man roars, I'm like, wait a minute. You know
But
what I
see,
mean?
that's what I'm saying. I believe that that's a true man's nature to address certain things the way that it's addressed to him. So
Match your energy.
yes.
Exactly.
So if you don't want me to be that, don't do that. Regardless of you being my woman, I don't want to be this to you, but don't do that because I'm a naturally get out of myself and become that.
But here's the thing. That particular woman might naturally
Right.
respond that way. So it's not always that they're doing it to fight. Some women, and I'm saying some, that is the only way that they know how to communicate, unfortunately.
Is it natural because of, like you said, their environment, or is it natural because of the makeup of a woman?
Because of their environment.
There we go.
I was about to say.
So-
It's
I-
definitely their environment.
So as a man, if you don't, because I know matching energy ain't gonna solve nothing
At all.
Right.
So what should we do in that situation?
It's levels, because are we talking wives or are we talking dating? That's why I always have to break things down when we're talking about it.
I mean, I
Because
would say
it's not.
Well, let's go wives.
Wives.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with
majority wise.
right, majority of wives, it is. Wait, what was the question?
How should we react?
Should if we don't want to match energy, how should we react? Are we trying to do something different? If we match energy, it ain't gonna work. So
Right, at all. So if it's your wives, then that has to be a reassessment of communication styles. That's what that has to be, because we're not talking. There's a difference. There's a difference between when emotions are high and situations are challenging. Like sometimes some of that can't be controlled because of high stakes situations, right? But in that case, one of you guys have to take the lead. Right. And I'm not saying it has to be consistent, because we're going back to saying when men want to keep the peace. I'm not saying continuously. But what I am saying is that if you know that everybody's not going to be 100%, If you are the most mature one or the most level-headed one in this situation, I'm not talking about the whole relationship, because that's the thing. Everybody thinks one person has to be the problem solver, one person has to bring the problem. Like, no, it's always going to change. So I say that in a situation, if you are the most level-headed person, then yes, then you should, like, you know what I'm saying, bring that down. But if not, and it's continuous, then you have to reassess that communication style.
Right.
And you have to enforce, and I'm not saying this because it is, you have to enforce, like, you know where I can go with this, right? You don't want it to go.
Right. See, me personally, I feel that it should be the same, whether it's your wife or not. I understand the difference because you have to continue the presence with your wife. But I would want my son, or I want myself being not married, to respect enough to not even get to that point.
Exactly.
Essentially, you want to show that growth in yourself. You know what I'm saying? So when a woman does that, to me as a man, you have to be the bigger person. I understand why it don't always happen. I do understand that. Women press buttons, y'all.
That's true.
Looking and choosing. I get it.
Multiple.
I get it. And I understand where the anger and stuff comes from, but you have to be, for you to be a man, knowing that you can control the situation physically.
Yes.
You have to be the bigger person.
Yes, and then too, because you're absolutely right. Women will push, but that's why I said naturally that is how that person is trained to respond.
Right.
You're trained. You don't just sit, like, if you are the type of person that if someone comes at you and you be like, I ain't do that, that's how you're gonna respond. You know, whether it's in a high tone. So it's about, again, reassessing the communication when it's like that. Now, I say that because when you're dating and when you're just in a relationship, you can do it over and over again and then be like, hey, if we're just not on the same wavelength, like, you know what I'm saying? And we're not going to communicate. And that is okay, because what you'll end up doing is trying to fight each time, trying to get you to be on my path and me to be on your path. And that's just not it, because we didn't grow up like that. Like, there's some people that are soft. Now, on the other end, though, because I could also ask the question, too, about men's aggression, right? As a woman who we are soft, or if a woman is, you know, speaking in a tone, and a man is just naturally just aggressive, defensive immediately.
Right.
In that case, the man can't be the one to lead, because he is in the aggression one. So the woman has to be the one. So it's really about taking turns. It's about knowing the person, taking the turns, but also knowing if that person, is it just them? Because we talk about character and then we talk about moods.
Show my character.
Is this person just them? Because here's the thing. If I lash out and get aggressive and get loud, somebody's going to know something's wrong with me. But if Tamika lash out, somebody going to be like, y'all know it's her.
Because that's her.
That's her.
But the
I was
thing
about to
is,
say the same thing.
yeah, because we get ridiculed, rightfully so, because a man, I don't condone a man hitting a woman.
Right.
But at some point you have to understand that a man is automatically wired to be aggressive to confrontation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when that happens, I can fall back. But when you constantly in my face, it's at some point I'm gonna react.
Yes.
And my reaction might be to be physical.
Right.
Now I'm condemned. Now I'm going to jail when you've been egging it on this whole time.
Right. So the simple
Don't hit
answer,
me.
honestly,
Don't hit
right.
me. I'm gonna fuck you
It's
up.
not a simple answer, but the real answer is, and that's why I said let's remove it from wives, from people that you have to, from wives, because why? It's different levels, but you have
only
to.
reason you said wise, because you know
It's harder to right. But I'm just saying, with any marriage or anything, that's because I coach married people too. It's a different level, because as an individual, you can walk away. And I'm not saying too soon. I'm like, oh, he yelled at me, I'm leaving. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when you're married, you can't have a simple answer as it's a personality clash.
Right.
I don't get along. Like, you know what I'm saying? You two, you can't do that. So that has to do with work. Again, reassessing the communication styles and then having an understanding. When you're dating, though, that's when you have to realize that you don't get to that marriage point, because you know that I don't do well with this and I can't
It's
handle
an
it like
easier
that.
way out.
It is. And it's not giving up easy. It's really saving yourself
Right.
mentally and emotionally later on down the line.
I don't have to deal with that. I choose not to. So I'm not even going to get into this trap.
Yes, because you can shift. Like I said, for me, because I'm level-headed and I'm this, if I was to go off, and I'm not saying I ain't went off, but it's a reason. So I would like my partner to have grace in that moment to be like, oh, she tripping. Like, whoo, I'm not going to buck up on her right now. I know she going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Let me bring it down. And then we could talk about it after I get off of
I think
whatever.
let's go with slow reaction. Like, don't always have a speedy reaction.
Yep.
When you have a speedy reaction, you tend to say the wrong thing. You tend to do the wrong thing. Your mindset is totally different. But that's why it's like me. I've learned to have a slow reaction, even with my kids. Slow reaction. It's like because some of the stuff that women or kids do, you would say the most hurtful stuff would be the first thought process you had in your head.
Yes. And then that's the other thing too. We don't have to get deep into this discussion, but I want everybody to start taking certain topics off of men and women. It's not gender, because I have heard a lot of women that say men throw things in their face. Yeah. Now you hear all the time though that the complaint is that, oh, women, they gut punch, men are vulnerable because the women are going to do it. But let's be real. Guys do it all the time too, and I'm saying certain y'all know.
I think that's lame for a dude to do that.
Exactly.
I can't speak to that situation, but if you do that, if you bring up as a man, if you bring up the darkest, lowest secret and you throw it in her face, that's some lame shit.
Yes.
I agree.
I have, and this is a lower end of the spectrum, but to that point, guys that I dated or ran into, I'm naturally, I'm not the one to bring work to home. But this is how I operate because I'm really big on discovery, right? So if I was dating a guy or something and I would say something about what he's going through, it would be like, oh, because you're a relationship coach. You relationship coaching me right now. I'm like, bro,
your relation isn't in me right now.
And I'm just like, come on, just because that's what I do, that's not. Like, if I really see something going on,
I'm not attacking you with relationship tactics.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's on the lower end. But there are some guys that do bring it up like, see, that's why your mama. Like,
your mama didn't raise you right.
Right.
That's why your daddy is your uncle. Your uncle, you got a dunkle.
Right. You got a dunkle. Hey, I got that in my family. We call him Uncle Papa.
We go to the next one because we got a dunkle. Once he said dunkle, we was done.
We on the
female rapper.
Okay, female rapper Gloss Up wants to know if it's too much to take her sons to get pedicures.
Hell no, I take my sons to get pedicures.
I'm talking about
how old are her sons?
Don't know.
I don't even know who the female rapper is.
I don't know. I've never heard of her.
I had to Google it to find out if she was a female rapper.
I would just say this: my sons is 13 and 14. I take them with me. I go give them pedicure and manicure.
Well, I guess
this
is coming. We got to look at it coming from a woman. She's asking coming from her point of view. Right. I don't know if the man or the father is in the life, so she's asking as a woman. Is it too much to take her sons to get a?
No, it shouldn't be.
So look, as a man raising a young man, I'm not even thinking about that. I can't. I'm not judging you. That's what you do with your kid. I'm not thinking about that. I'm more of let's go outside, let's cut some wood, let's hammer some shit, let's cut the edges, let's do some yard work. I'm not worried about
a house.
you.
I got an apartment.
I'm just saying though, regardless of the fact, I'm not gonna be too concerned about how you worried about your hands looking good.
Yes.
Like I said, I'm not. That's what you do. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But just for me, because it's you're training your son at a young age to think about certain things.
I like it.
Now he all in the nail shop. He needs some nail money.
Now, hold on. He needs nail money.
Cash at me so I can get my nails done.
You don't even send a nigga money to get his feet and nails done.
Real, can y'all imagine? I don't have a son, but can you imagine? Hold on, I want to set the scene right now because I ain't got no son. In Shrine, can you imagine your son texting you like, "Mom, get on my nerves." She ain't even Can you imagine that? Like, Mom,
Daddy, can you send me some nail money?
Cause Mama tripping. Mama up in here in the nail shop. She getting designs and she won't even like. Yeah,
she taking too long. Right. I got my feet and nails done together.
Like, no, I think
now he walking up with the little plastic little things with his toes.
All right, I think
Let me say
y'all putting too much 10 much on it, and I don't think
We
it
put
ever.
a 10 on the two.
Yeah.
You got Lee over there. You got
It ain't never
girlfriend.
like that. It
You
ain't
got
never like that.
girlfriend. Pick a color. You got
Yeah, pick a
girlfriend.
color.
What
It
I'm
ain't-
saying,
it ain't never like that.
Let me
when I
say
go, I be like, hey, basic everything. That's it.
like I said, when I say this, when you an older man,
Yeah.
and you a man and you doing your thing, I mean that's what you want to do. Cool, I don't have no issue with that. I don't think that's feminine or anything. You take it to
Right,
your
right,
hands.
Right.
But let your feet. My feet gotta fall off before I start going.
It's about
But as a-
purpose.
That's when it's too late.
Yeah.
Hey.
But as a young man, like I said, we raising men. We gotta
Right.
you gotta train their mind into certain things. Like at an early age, I don't know how old her kids are.
Right.
I don't. And at an early age, you're already training them to not do hard labor
First of all,
when you might have to.
Teach him how to change a tire for one.
Right, you feel me? That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
And Allen lotion one toe at a time. So he damn sure ain't take. Nigga, you better start with one toe and lotion one toe.
this is one of those situations where I feel the woman is stepping into the male role.
Or think she is.
Or think she is because, and yeah, so I was saying earlier, like, I believe gender roles have become what they aren't. So I feel if we're going to define something, I would put that under a gender role as opposed to cooking. So I say that to say there's no reason that a mother should take her son to the nail shop. I am not saying that her son should not go to the nail shop, but what I am saying is that when you think of that time, right? When you think of your wife going to the nail shop, or when, take the girls to get, it's a glamorous time. The nail shop is
glamorous time in that motherfucker.
and I get it, and that's fine.
That's all I'm trying to tell you.
But what I am saying is that.
Hey, so all right.
But see, you are
ahead,
a
go ahead.
male, though. You see what I'm saying? You are a male going there. This is a
Woman
taking her son. That's a difference. A male taking a son.
It's a difference.
All right,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
But is it no?
But
What
no.
you're saying that yes, it is a big difference. Like I go maybe every 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
It's never a 2-week thing like a woman.
And you shouldn't hear, and I'm not exactly sure what nail shop. I'm faithful in a nail shop. Me and nail shops go together real bad since I was like in elementary.
He gonna be saying that. I go real bad.
Yes, I'm telling you, I used to go to the nail shop on Exposition in Western. I used to walk there right by Fasho. But it's considered glamorous. My grandma took me. My dad has never dropped me. People stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Right. So I think to Alan's point is what he's saying is that he wasn't worried about that. He trying to get his boy on the field and all that. He not trying to see if your toes is cool. No, why? Because we about to put them in the cleats anyway, my boy. So regardless,
but
now it's not about because you can toes is toes, but I'm just saying it's about purpose. Alan's not saying, wife, next time you go to the nail shop, make sure you take our son with you. Right, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I hate social media now, and it's just and you kind of, because I know that's not real life, but it just get on your damn nerves because you see these people in the comments and they just, well, what's wrong with taking your kids to get their feet done and nails done and upkeep is fine and you should teach your kids this and that. It's like, and that's what's, y'all don't understand what the fuck is. And now when these kids is responding how they respond and they get on here and they treat these girls a certain way or they quick to punch on these girls and do certain things or just they attitudes towards women, y'all don't understand. This is why y'all setting them up to, y'all want men to fucking think and be y'all, and that's not the case. Right. Let a man be a man. Y'all want us to be, y'all men ain't like old school men and this and that, but then y'all won't let us be.
How about let these kids be fucking kids?
Right.
Go outside and play.
Right.
Yes.
Go outside.
Why are you worried about this shit?
Glass in your knee or something.
You know what I'm saying? Go get hurt. Go break an arm.
That ain't no let a man. Because naturally, boys naturally going to start their upkeep at the right time.
Yes, that's
and
what
everybody's is a little bit different, but it's near the same time.
Right.
And when we start smelling ourselves, and we start liking girls, and you get humble one or two times or something like that, it'll start happening. It'll start happening naturally for you.
Exactly.
And let them go through that. That's what's wrong. You don't let them get through that. I mean, and that's the problem.
I agree.
That's why I said I don't have no issue with a man going to get his nails done. That's cool.
Right.
But let these kids be kids.
Develop. Yeah.
And then how is she gonna feel? How is she gonna feel when her son gets older and he sit up there and ask his first girlfriend to go to the nail shop, and that first girlfriend be like, "Nigga, what?"
But she might not. Where we are now, she might not find an issue with
You don't think? Oh well, that's an issue.
Yeah, because
That's an issue.
these new women think
Right.
differently too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's
They're
an
like,
issue.
okay, like that's bonding time. You know what I mean? So,
They might
you know,
think
we
it's
go
bonding
together.
time.
You
That's
know?
They're gonna be
sis.
taking
That's why they
pictures.
wearing murses and
That's
stuff like
that's
that.
sis, and find you a sis. Okay, find you a sis if that's what you want to do. If you want to go to the nail shop,
man.
find you a sis.
No, I ain't talking about you.
Okay,
That's a satchel, man.
that's a man purse. That's a purse.
I told you. He came in here with
It's a
that on the other day.
crossbody.
He wore it today too. That's like nigga satchel.
Crossbody.
All right, girl.
Yeah. But again, I feel like don't enter. Like I said, when my daughter played basketball, I was shooketh. Because I was like, what am I supposed to do? This is not my lane. But I did, guess what I did? I did the mother thing. I showed up.
Supported.
I cheered. I wasn't out there trying to be on the basketball field or go take her. None of that. You know what I'm
Court.
See?
Basketball.
See? That's what it is. I'm not even into basketball. That's my whole, I'm a football girl. Not that I wanted her. But that's it. So, yeah.
And if that's what you do, hey, I'm not judging nobody.
Nope.
And that's not to
No
say that
judgy,
your
judgy.
kid gonna end up gay or something like that if you do that. But hey, coming from a father, but it is some fathers that may feel like, oh, that's okay, cool. That's on you. Do what you do. But I just feel like we gotta kind of like, what are we gonna leave to the women and or what, like, you know what I mean?
Let women do women
A lot
things.
of
let
this
men
And
do
if
men things.
you're okay with it, don't complain about it later. So, for an example, if there is a father, we are not saying there's nothing wrong with pedicures. Love them. But if there is a father out there that is okay with the mother of their child taking their son, their we don't know, but say their 7-year-old son to go get a pedicure, when that man turns 18
That's wild.
and he's this,
Waxing
and
his
this,
booty.
don't get upset because
Now you
you
going for wax,
were
full wax.
okay with that. So that's all I'm saying. If you're gonna be okay with, also understand the consequences that could possibly come later.
Just to hear that 7-year-old getting that's wild.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay, moving along, man. New Los Angeles District Attorney, he wants to bring back gang enhancements. You know, they had gang enhancements in LA. They used to, grab the gang members up, lock them up, and if you from a gang, hey, you going down with them because you going down for all their crimes. I mean, they got rid of that, I believe, under the last district attorney, and now they want to bring it back. So, you got kind of people on both ends. Some saying, okay, they don't want that. You know what I mean? You got gang members. We know we got family members or friends and stuff or cousins or whatever. We know that's gang members. So on one side of that, it's like, damn, you don't want to see nobody to go to jail. But at the same time, it's like, how are we going to ever clean up our community if we don't kind of put something in place to kind of police these things? Because you got innocent, you got a lot of girls being shot and killed lately. You know what I mean? Or just people getting killed lately in general. It's like, y'all know the gang enhancement there. Y'all know it's a gang enhancement. Nigga, get out the gang. Like, stop gang banging. I mean,
that's their life. That's what they've been through. You got to think about the opposite side of that.
I'm just saying. So, but the thing is, if you representing something that's been this much of a detriment to our
society,
community, and killing our people, how can you? And you still want to represent it? You refuse to put the flag down because this is just you. Now, when they put these laws in place to come get certain, gang members and stuff like that, now you can't say, well, that's wrong. Well, it's wrong because I want to hear that's wrong when innocent people getting killed and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I'm on your side, but I'm saying that they have to take accountability for their whole set now, not just a part of it or what they done.
What it sounds like is that he want, how they saying a mass deportation.
Right.
That's what it sounds like.
Exactly.
You want to do a mass.
Well, no, I mean it's been like that. Since
I'm saying, but what I'm saying is we know how many. I'll say this: it might be different nowadays because the influence. Everybody wants to be the shooter. Prior to this, it was only a few of them.
All right.
It was only
everybody want that name, respect.
Yeah, they want the name and respect. So you have a few shooters in the hood. But now everybody wants, so you can't really tell. So I get it. When you do the crime, you got to do the time. But then it's like, just because I'm from a hood, I'm not doing what you're doing. I'm not selling.
So now you want to categorize the gang members?
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Right, but
I'm not selling. I'm not doing this. I'm just a party crip. Or I come around.
One thing for show boys. If I go kill somebody, nigga, y'all represent the one thing. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I was a AAA boy that day.
and that's not cool. But I get it. Like you said, we gotta control our community, but we should leave that to the higher ups in the community.
But if I'm going out there shooting people, or y'all gonna still claim? And I got one thing for sure on my forehead. Are y'all gonna continue to claim one thing?
If that's
for
what
sure?
you're doing,
AAA
nah,
boys.
I ain't fucking with you.
Okay, but are y'all gonna still bang one thing for sure? Or
No.
are you gonna be like, what is?
He
Well,
said he
I
a
just
AAA
said
boy.
I'm a AAA boy.
well, I know him, Master Allen.
Double A batteries.
Okay, I'm just saying.
It's triple-
But so
Yeah,
y'all putting the
double A.
flag down. So you putting the
I'm-
flag
I'm
down.
with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all I'm.
That's
trying to say.
that. If I signed up for this, and I'm doing it, and I'm doing what you're doing, I'm flagging all day.
Right.
But if I didn't sign up for it because you doing something, I'm not with you.
But you signed up for it.
No, I didn't.
It wasn't no. Oh, I'm only doing. I'm not doing shootings. I'm not doing. I'm not doing the murders. I'm not.
I just
doing,
want to. I
No,
just
you
want to let
can't
niggas
check
know
off
where
what
I'm
you doing.
from.
When you
Nah, it don't work
exactly,
like
but
that.
when you in a gang, you know what you're signing up for.
Right.
When you talk about a gang, you know what you're signing up for.
Right.
So I get it. But even still, if I'm walking down the street and I get hemmed up by the police, now I'm going to jail or doing some time because of some shit that you did I had nothing to do with.
Your whole representation of this gang is the same reason why innocent bystanders is getting killed because they live in this
But I
neighborhood.
had nothing to do with it.
Yes, you do. If you representing this gang, that's a part of this
You
neighborhood.
representing
Well, right.
everything
Got
that's
something to do
in
with
that
it.
hood.
I get both sides, but I feel Antron because what he is saying is basically is that you see it like that, but the world don't see it.
Right.
For some reason, I don't know. They think that gang members have a monthly meeting and they all agree on everything. So basically, you know,
Hey, when I was younger, I did. When I was younger, I thought they used to
that's
meet.
why Antron is saying it don't matter. Like if you affiliated, you affiliated because they believe whoever they is, they believe that when we had this meeting, this gang monthly meeting, we all told Antron to go shoot up some niggas, right?
Well,
That's what they believe in. So that's when Antron go do that. And now when we all get hemmed up because they believe we was in this meeting, we all going down.
Like I
Even
said,
though that had nothing to do with me.
yeah, there are meetings and and there are things that are discussed and we know who the shooter is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
I
some
get what
niggas
you're
is
saying.
renegades. They just
Yeah,
out here
some
doing
of them,
shit.
Some
I
of
mean,
them renegades, but I get what you're saying. Don't sign up for it if you know what this entails.
because
Okay,
now-
so if I'm a cheerleader, right? And I mean we all going down. Like it don't matter if I lost the competition, we all lost the competition.
Right.
If I got beef with uni cheerleader, we all as a unit finna go over there and jump, you know what I'm saying? And it didn't even have nothing to do with my co-captain, but the fact that us as a unit, Yankees,
We
you know, the
are
one thing that everybody
UNITY.
holds on to as gangsters, like, okay,
UNITY,
well, I signed up for this. I can't put it down. I'm already in it, right? I ain't saying I'm a gang member. I'm a gang member, but and a lot of them had that cold hard stance. But why y'all? But when you say, oh well, won't y'all just come together? Well, it's too. I mean, it's too many niggas. Everybody ain't gonna agree. But y'all all agree to that though. Y'all all agree that I'm not putting this down. Y'all can agree on that, but y'all can't come together and agree to stop the bullshit.
What this
There's how
sounds
many
like,
people that's been died over this shit?
what this is mass incarceration. That's what this is.
Yes, I was going.
Oh yeah, it is. But okay, so.
And that's an easy way out.
So
Okay, but also though, if I my
But are the
it's
sheep,
how many?
but are the streets safer?
But all I'm saying is,
Right.
I'm not saying yet, because okay, so right, but we thinking about the people, the innocent people, or the people we feel like they ain't did that much bad. They from here, but they ain't did that much bad. But what about the people that y'all representing something that is taking
Right.
us out, that's killing
That's
us?
where the police come in and do their fucking job. Investigate.
Is it working?
it's not.
Investigate.
Okay, but so how can you go investigate a gang? So the thing is, if somebody, one of your gang members killed my homie, now I come to you and be like, who did it? You ain't gonna tell me.
But
Of
here,
course.
it's not even
'Cause
about
it's rude.
because here's the thing, right? So going back to it, if forget law enforcement, okay? If you
Street
shoot
justice.
right, that's what I was gonna bring up. So whether it's law enforcement or this, if you're affiliated, if I tell you I grew up in this certain hood and your homeboy, and then you see I'm about to get it just because you know I'm from that hood and they came and got your homeboys. So whether it's law enforcement or street justice, you're affiliated
You know
and
what
you're
happened?
gonna take it down.
You know what happened?
Right.
The
That's a
people,
good point.
The people that were respected as OGs,
Mm-hmm.
they don't want to get into it, or they're
Yes.
scared of the youngins now.
Yep.
And most of the youngins are doing the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to street justice, I'm not fucking with him. I'm 50, 60 years old. I got a family. I'm not going to even involve myself in that.
But let me ask you this: if you are trying to, you know, the law of California or whatever, and it's a lot of people getting killed and stuff like that, Okay, because we ain't policing ourselves. They not policing themselves, right? What is the answer, bro?
To
There's
which
no
part?
definite.
To ending the senseless killings, these gangs, because the youngsters, we thought it was gonna slow down. It was slowing down a little bit, but now you see all these young dudes, they joining at a rapid. What's the answer?
So
We
this
can't do it ourselves.
I don't
We ain't
think-
been doing it.
This is gonna sound crazy, and I don't even want it to sound woke. But I think the answer is always trying to find out the purpose, the reason. Why are we affiliated? What are we getting from it? Like I said, a lot of the people that are
She's trying
joining,
to change the mindsets.
that's what I do.
It's different now.
It is. So that's what I'm saying.
Because there's no reason.
There is
They're
no
just
reason.
doing it just to do
so,
it.
Yeah, that-
so that's the answer.
They got 2-parent households and want to go
Right.
out there.
Bro.
And,
But they parents are gangsters.
not all the
No,
time.
No,
But that-
that's not true.
Yeah, but
I mean,
that's-
yeah, not all
that's
the
what I'm saying.
time.
There is no
They
specific
want
reason.
a place to
Then
belong.
You might
They
have
want a place to
a
belong.
you might have a missing daddy or mom's on drugs or whatever the case, or you might grow up in an environment to where it's like, okay, well, shit, I've been here since I was 2 years old. I'm a part of the hood.
Right.
Now it's like people are moving away.
Yes.
You got 2-parent household, and niggas still want to be outside because of the
They
because
banging
of the
hard in Victorville.
yeah
like
because of
how?
the image,
Bro.
Street fame is the new rapper.
Yeah.
How are
The
you banging
image,
in
like you said, the
Victorville?
image and what you known as, and you being the
And-
shooter.
and getting the
It's
females.
people that's been. We know people that got killed, or then people that been known in LA. I ain't gonna even speak on names and
Yeah.
stuff.
and they
like
really
that.
are banging in Victorville too.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm saying it wasn't like that
Right,
though.
right.
Like it wasn't like that. What 5, 10?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what. To your point is that you're still bring people thinking that they're moving.
So I
People
said,
thinking they're getting these bigger houses.
What's the answer? What are they supposed to do when the mamas is crying daily and stuff like that? We're not policing ourselves. We're not
Right.
doing nothing, right?
The only
Whatever we have done, I don't care how many times they marched, how many times they try to come together and stuff like that. What is the answer? I feel like the answer lies with us, but how many people are going to die before we actually get it together? Because we ain't got it together.
a lot more because the only answer and it's not going to be what it's going to be is to redefine what the gangs are for. That's what it is. If people are seeking homes, if people are seeking guidance, then that's what the gangs need to be for. Like, I mean, I'm not going to the history like, oh, who said you had to be in a gang, you had to kill somebody. But it has the whole gang thing has to be redefined, and it's not going to happen overnight or any in
And
decades.
who's to say I was in the gang? I'm walking in the neighborhood. I'm chilling.
Exactly,
and you
because
just
now we
pull
got
up
the
on me.
color thing and a hat
Right.
thing. And
Yeah, you can't even wear certain shit. I don't
Yeah.
want to see. I don't want to see people that I know that's now you living productive 9-to-5 lives and stuff, and you got kids and you're a part of these families and stuff like that. I don't want to see no. Like I said, I don't wish jail on nobody that
Right.
haven't did nothing heinous and stuff like that. But I just don't know. I'm tired of seeing innocent people. This 21-year-old girl that just got killed. You know what I mean? I'm tired of seeing shit like that too. Now I don't know what happened or whatever. I don't
Right.
know full details, but I'm just saying.
right.
It's
This
still
shit is
innocent.
getting.
Innocent is innocent.
I'm starting to see a lot of. Maybe innocent men getting killed too, but I'm starting to see women now.
Oh, I just came up with a
you know.
solution. Sorry, it just hit me.
Okay.
I don't want to cut you off. I believe that because taking it out of this when I'm looking at it, maybe the solution lies inside the institutions, the jails. Maybe if we go back to what jails are supposed to be, rehabilitation,
Come
and
on, we
they're
talking about
supposed to be
Lazarus.
right, then that is the solution. Because I'm not saying don't sweep them up and take them somewhere. If we're going to scare them straight in jail, do that. But have jail or prison or whatever the case may be, do what it's going to do. Because sometimes when you go in, you come out worse.
Have
or
a
you
purpose
turn
for them
worse.
in jail.
Yes, have a purpose for them in jail instead of just throwing them in there. Because when you get the gang enhancements in jail, that's a whole different like world. Sometimes you might want to be better on the streets than you are in there,
Well,
like
it's
the
just-
gang territory.
It should start in the county jail when you hit.
So
the
that's why I
county
said I
jail.
think
Should be
it's
programs to make you intermingle
Yes.
and stuff. Instead of catching fades, soon as
that's
you hit
what
the
the
yard,
solution would
It
be.
should be somewhere you gotta sit down and have therapy.
So the jail and the prison should be
Therapy.
for specific people,
Yeah.
and then you have programs and camps for specific people.
Even if you want to send everybody, not like that. Even if you want to put everybody in jail, even if we're gonna sweep up everybody, right? Like you're saying, separate it. Programs. Get the if jail, prison is supposed to be for her rehabilitation.
Put them in the gang program. Say,
There you
I'm gonna
go.
sweep y'all ass up. Y'all gonna have gang therapy. Nigga. You gotta-
Exactly. So
Yeah,
that
I mean,
I believe.
What's the purpose
that
of you
is the-
being in the game?
But you know the coldest part
Exactly.
about it, they can go to jail. When they go to the county, they go do their little thing. and they take their fast and they go to prison and fall in fucking line because they know it's rules.
Right.
Now you got to run with the black card. Everybody
Rules.
got to get along.
Yes.
You run with the black card. It's rules. You got to go. You can't just fight another black prison just
Yeah.
cause. So they know how to follow rules because you go there because if not, they gonna get rid of your ass. So it's
Well,
like
it's
Or
not-
what
but
if
it-
we just send them to the army
Yeah.
instead of jail?
And that
Send
too.
everybody to the army.
That too. And but
Then
the
they can
thing
become
is,
them.
they'll be more trained.
Exactly.
and they come back fucked up.
Yeah, that's true too. Hold on, because then there's that PTSD.
Right.
But
I think it lies in the
think
prison
A
system.
lot of the problem is it's not enough law enforcement out on the streets or in the jails as well. So there's more inmates.
They trying. We can
to
pass that
where
one up.
yeah, we can't watch every single thing that you do when you sharpening your your shank or whatever, or you got weapons and shit like that. We can't. It's not enough of
Yes.
us to watch that.
Right.
And even if we are, it's too many of y'all. Y'all liable to kill us.
Right, but that's only because of how it's set up in the inside. If nobody felt that they had to shank somebody because they're too busy in the program, then you wouldn't have to have so many enforcing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it'll be there for a purpose. Your purpose in jail, I think now, is punishment. You did this, you being punished, whatever. But maybe the purpose in jail again is to rehabilitate y'all.
Yeah, I don't want to see nobody in jail, man. But y'all got to get y'all shit together because what y'all representing is killing people, is killing kids, and kids are joining at an alarming rate.
Yes.
And they're dying, and then
And
they're
because of all of influence.
But can I say one thing to segue though, really quickly, or not even segue? I believe that now, yes, gangs are real. They're outside. They're a big thing. But when it comes to killing, I think that the focus, and I'm not taking the focus off the gangs, but domestic violence is rising. So it's not even about black men killing black men no more, gangs and this and that. I think more now where these young women, innocent women, or even men are being killed by domestic violence situations. So that is one thing that I feel like, should be controlled or enforced as well. Because it's not just gang members. Now in the media, in the news that you see them, it is these people that are domestically violently killing each other.
right.
Well, I'm about to say we go to the next one.
Yeah,
we can. I mean, like you said, segue to the next one. I mean, because this is a part of the gangs. There's always been an agenda to destroy black family. Even though I know you have a clip for this, right?
Right. I was watching this, man, and it
DeVille?
Yeah, it made sense.
I love him and his wife.
Oh,
Did you say DeVille?
Yeah.
okay. So
Yeah, DeVal. Oh, that's the one I posted. Did y'all get that off my page? Antron, did you get that off my
I
page?
really don't know.
Oh, okay.
No, I think I sent it in a group. I was watching. I think if I'm not mistaken, it's either from Instagram or.
Well, why you?
yeah.
Oh, that is my page. That's me.
Oh,
That's my page.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it is my-
Okay.
No, that's the one you and Alex sent. Yeah.
Narrative that we hear about black men.
They don't get married.
No, they don't like who?
Oh, they don't like black women.
women.
Well, yeah,
The national average for black men who are married, what are they married to?
it's got to be black women.
Black women at what percentage? Over 85%. But it don't matter though, because once they make money, that's when they go get white women.
White women, yeah.
The national average for making over $200,000, black men, right? How many of those men are married to black women?
I give him about a cool
95%.
95.
I believe it.
I do believe it. And
Hold on, am I not playing? I gotta make sure I'm playing the video. What's going on, man?
Boom, boom. Hey, but
Let me read, because I posted that too. I wanted to read the comment that I put under that just while he fixing it, because that was, so what I said about that, right? I said, the agenda often paints a picture that black men don't love black women, but the truth is far from that. It's only when he reaches a certain level of success that the narrative changes. And the reason why I said that is because earlier when we were talking about Alan's son, and that the first thing you said was what? When you saw that he played the saxophone.
white people.
And then you said, what about his girlfriend?
Oh, she had to be white.
Exactly. And then Alan was like, nah, she black right now. But from what DeVal is saying here is that in this time, when the male is just starting off or doing whatever, he's with the black girl. But nobody shows that. You only show the man when he is over 200,000. I think that's the number he said. And now he's married to the white woman. So nobody highlighted or said nothing about it when he was married to the black woman, when he was down and all of that. But now that he's doing all this and he's married to the white woman, now he don't love black women.
All right. All right, let me play the video real quick.
Over there fucking shit up, man.
Yep, you fucking shit up.
Leave me alone, man.
That we hear about black men.
They don't get married.
No, they don't like who?
Oh, they don't like black women.
Well, yeah.
The national average for black men who are married, what are they married to?
It's got to be black women.
Black women at what percentage? Over 85%. But it don't matter though, because once they make money, that's when they go get white women.
White women, yeah.
The national average for making over $200,000, black men, right? How many of those men are married to black women?
I'll give him about a cool
95%.
95? I believe it. I do believe it. And then when you hear the horror stories, we got to talk about Scottie Pippen.
Girl.
Lex has a good point though, because they'll show the Scottie Pippen, right? And they'll say, look, this is how black men behave.
Yeah.
But that's not the fact. Destroying the black family has been on the forefront of the mind of the people who created this country. How do you destroy the black wealth in this country?
Yeah.
Destroy the black family. Make black women think that black men don't love them. Make black men think that black women don't respect them. That's all a fallacy. It's not true. The older I get, I'm 40 years old now, the more I realize that everything I've learned from mass media has been programmed by people who have an agenda. What's the narrative?
Right.
Then
I seen this one. 83% of black men earn at least are married to black women. He had a lot of truth in that, you know. The media like to tear us apart, like I was talking about. The media like to tear us apart as couples, but these are the statistics. But you hear a lot of people that get on social media just spew things without having actual facts and statistics and swear to God that, oh, well, black men do this or black men do this. It's like, primarily, we more married to black women. You know what I mean? So where are y'all getting y'all facts from? Stop focusing on things y'all think y'all see or what y'all see in social media or whatever and understand the facts. A lot of these women be saying shit like that, be laying next to a black man.
Yeah.
We fell for the okie doke, man. As smart as we are, as intelligent, wise, strong as we are as black people, we fell for the okie doke to go against each other.
Right.
They put it in the air. They started off with separation, like you said, separation. What is that?
Willie Lynch theory.
All that welfare and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Can't have a black man in the house and stuff like that. And we all fell for it, not just the women or the men. We all fell for it. So now it's to the point where everything is contentious. Everything is an argument. Everything is a situation. Opposed to now we have to get back to our regular selves of being supportive of each other. Why do we have to? It's like we're moving backwards instead of coming from that, which it was a lot of love from the beginning, but now we got to go back to it because we came into now, you know, with social media dealing with everything, everybody's still watching everything and being influenced by this stuff.
Because they think that this is where all the answers are, unfortunately.
Right, and that's not us. We want to support each other.
And your algorithm is just gonna keep feeding you this.
Exactly.
Have you noticed when you watch one video, you don't even like it. You just,
I don't even.
And then your algorithm just goes straight, and then it's like, bro. And I turn my phone off, turn it back on, because that, like, if you watch something negative, that's all you gonna get.
Nigga, did you turn your phone on? Turn your phone. We got. They listening to that too.
I know that we are only worried about the black community because this is us and this is what we need to fix. But also, I want us to also know that white people are some trash as well.
Exactly.
They are that's why they're called trailer trash.
Yeah.
You know, and then hold on, because the Latinos and the Mexicans, I love them too. Again, not going against anybody. They got the most EBT. They got more EBT than us as black people.
Right.
So I say that to say, you're right. All we do is attack each other because we see one white couple that has survived, and we're like, white people got it. And
or one
like,
interracial couple, and you say, well, get me a white woman or a black or a white man, and it's like, come on now.
So, I told you I had a conversation with a guy that came to fix the garage. He was Hispanic, and he said, you know, you think that everything is good, but as much as we work together and live with each other, it's a lot of bullshit in there too.
A lot.
Even with their gangs, they could.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Where we live at right here, like it's a culture shock for me, but it's not even the black gangs that I have a problem with in my area. It's the Mexican gangs so while I'm sitting up there again, blue, red, where I'm at, like, nah, it ain't even that. You gotta look for the cholo, whatever they are. You know what I mean?
Specific areas, it's not about gangs, it's about race.
Exactly. So it's the same thing in general for everybody. So I think that if we just focus on wanting to be positive as a community, then we'll shift. Because all we're doing now is blaming each other.
Competition, blaming tyranny. It's like I hate it so much.
And again, we're putting ourselves up against other races, which takes the focus off of us focusing on our own. Like, why are we worried about what the white people doing, or what the Asians, or what the Mexicans? And we hear, it's sad because we can all sit up here and we hear the same things. Like you said, Mexicans, we always hear they work together, they do this, they do that. Oh, white, and it's just like we hear the same things, but is that really going on?
I hate it so much because, like I said, a lot of times people are on these apps and stuff like that, and once you get off that app and push in or close that app, hit that X button, all the people that love you are staring back at you, look just like you.
Right.
Whether you in a relationship with somebody or you got cousins, uncle, even that whole thing, I understand what black women go through and stuff, but it was a whole thing, a narrative of black men not protecting black women, and I just didn't agree with that because I feel like, in certain situations, you might have some cowards that don't stand up for you, but everything is circumstantial. If you was around, because you also, like how they say, you would 9, 10, you would be the 10, 9. So if you around some people, stand up people, 9 times out of 10, somebody gonna stand up for you. You know what I mean? And you can't tell me you ain't got one black man you can call, whether brother, uncle, cousin, father, whatever, that's gonna come when you call. So it's like a lot of y'all, we just don't. Okay, but are you know damn well you got somebody that's gonna run and gun for you. But
I feel like, I'm sorry, Antron, but I'm on the other side, y'all.
I figured you was gonna be. Let's go.
I feel like no, because I don't know. I believe men protect women too much, so I'm on the other side of it.
Oh, okay. You ain't.
No.
Okay.
I'm on the other side of it. I think that the black men protect women way too much.
Explain that.
So, a lot of innocent men are getting killed. Why? Because somebody done called them on some bullshit and they came and it was something and they got killed, right? The woman,
that's
most
not
of
a
the time.
conversation a lot of people want to have. Though.
Exactly. That's why I'm having it, and this is what I talk about. Okay. So also, there was another situation, right? So say and I don't like giving specifics because if any of the, I'm very sensitive to families that do it. But for an example, you at a party. And you know what I'm saying? The woman is doing something. She knows she ain't whatever. And then some guy disrespect her, right? Because she can't control or walk away or do nothing. She go call whoever, boyfriend, brother, or whatever. This nigga, whoop, 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 whoop. And then here comes Superman.
Playing tough and victim. To come protect
somebody, right? To come protect. And then they get in there, whoop, whoop, whoop. You don't know this man you up against. He could whoop your... Right. Or not, or just kill you because you step into him. Right. All because Lil Sally was over there twerking or doing whatever. I'm not even gonna put it on the woman like that. It's whatever. I just say that you guys protect women way too much. And not only that, because I'm putting it on the woman too. Stop calling the man for some BS. I've been in, look, like you said, we all not perfect. We done did some stuff. I done been in some situations with some men. I ain't even called nobody because I knew. I got one uncle. Love him to death. He would tell you, I will go to jail for my family. I don't want to go back. That's why I would never call him because I know he gonna do it. Right. So that's what I mean by you guys protect women way too much without the research, without the question. Now, I ain't talking about your daughters or your, I'm not talking about that, but I am talking about a lot of innocent black men, unfortunately, because they done tried to put that cape on way too much without the bulletproof vest.
Where is the narrative that black women are not protected by black men? Where does that come from?
That comes from I was going to say a trash woman. So that comes from some type of woman who is sitting out there and just doing stuff she don't have no business doing, and she's playing damsel in distress.
Better.
bitter.
The bitter woman that don't want to hold herself accountable.
And not only
That's
that,
a feminine movement thing.
hold on, no, it's not even that, because it could be something so stupid. Like we were talking, yes, I will say women do tests. It could be something so stupid. It could be something like, oh, you ain't gonna go get him. You ain't gonna go do that.
Try to play with a man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he asked me for my number. You ain't gonna get it. Like, just don't give him your number and let's go. Like, it's not even like, but it comes from a woman who's trying to prove something or want that man to prove something to her, to where she's like, oh, you ain't doing this. Oh, you don't protect me. Oh, you ain't protecting.
Let's not dismiss what we see. All that is true.
Mm-hmm.
Could be true. You can't dismiss what we see.
Mm-hmm.
As far as certain things happening, and you got a bunch of niggas just standing around.
Right.
No, yes. So it's
and then you got domestic violence. So
yes.
you can't ignore it.
Right.
Violence. And it is high in the black community.
So that's why
but I don't know how high it is
protecting
out
too
there.
much. I'm not saying, and I would never say don't protect a woman. I'm not saying that. I'm saying y'all do it too much.
Yeah.
And I'm saying in general, y'all do it too much. Without research and questions.
Mm-hmm.
If I call, like, now so that's why you got to know your audience. I call one uncle, I'm like, yo, he blah, blah, blah. He gone. I don't even know what happened. It is what it is. I got another uncle. He gonna do it, but he gonna be like, hold on.
Yeah, what's going on?
What happened? Well, he was like, I'm on my way, but while I'm on my way, I need you to tell me what happened. So when I get there, you know what I'm saying? So that is how you change. Men just have to, are you guys doing it for your ego and pride? Are y'all running because a woman said, come here, help me? Or
some
are
niggas
y'all...
are simp like that. Some niggas are simp like that because they trying to get in good with that specific woman. But,
okay, so when you do have situations where men is in spots, because you watch videos where a woman could be going off on a man, aggressive, throwing stuff, kicking, hitting, nobody will say nothing. So he actually swings. So when he swing back or hit back, which I'm not saying that's okay.
Of course.
But I'm just saying, you will have men and women there, you know what I mean, and won't nobody do nothing. Or even to the point to where
2 hours.
People, even if he don't do nothing, they'll be laughing about, you got hit by a girl, whatever. So don't let her get to actually knock you out or something.
Right.
You're gonna be the joke of the year. It's like, you got whipped by a girl, whatever. But nobody wants to step up until the man actually loses his cool. It's like, that ain't cool. It's like y'all need to step up when a woman is out of pocket too. You know
absolutely.
Right. Remember that.
But as a man, do you prefer to be the joking stock for a year or be alive for the rest of your life?
But you know what?
It's who you are as a person. I don't care about nobody laughing at me for something.
Right.
Right. But you know, what was that one girl that came on social media who got hit by a brick, but the whole time she said she was just talking to
somebody bumping.
That's brilliant. I don't know, I'm filming.
Yeah.
That's all good. But jamming too. Frankie Beverly.
Get it, Allie. Go ahead, sing it.
It's the golden time of day. Look, I was just saying, it's the golden time.
I just don't want her to keep on doing it. Like,
She about to end it in a minute.
Yeah, we got.
Well, you can't play music on the podcast.
We got to.
Oh yeah, I
learned
that.
I don't think you.
We talking. It's muffled.
Yeah, we can muffle it out. But go ahead.
But no. What was that one? It was a black chick who was yelling, "Oh, he hit me! He hit me! He knocked the shit out of me with a brick." But come to find out, after they did the investigation, it was nobody. I mean, but it was after. He only hit her after that she done socked the nigga out and everything else.
I get it, because I mean, dare I say, the whole Chris Brown and Rihanna thing had me hot. Like, had me hot. I'm a Chris Brown. I'm not mad or anything like that. But you're absolutely right. So it's always discernment, and it's situational, unfortunately. And just to thank yourself that you live to see another day. Yeah. So I feel like it's about self-control. Although a lot of people pushes buttons and buttons and buttons and buttons, self-control.
Okay, is marriage contractual? I got a video for this one too. They was talking about it on the podcast.
Why you do that?
Look at the hang time.
Marriage also is sex work because women engage in marriage from a place where, okay, he's going to take care of you financially and there's a home for you to live in. Now, why I say it's prostitution is because there's something that you're looking for.
You believe that marriage is transactional?
No, I think it's a compromise. Everything is transactional. Me being here, you guys being here, it's a transactional thing, right? It's not a bad thing. It works for everyone. So everything is transactional. But in terms of a marriage, when you focus it on, if you do this, I do this, it's not like that. It's more of, I do this because I love you.
I think it's just because the construct of marriage actually was not based on love at all.
Mm-hmm.
It was based on a partnership created in order for a woman to have a roof over her head or be able to open a bank account, which I think is why prostitution came about. Because she even said, your wife has sex with you because now she has to do that.
No, but that's
being
not
the
true.
wife.
It's not a good relationship. Happy relationship is somebody that wants to do that. That means I'm a prostitute then in the relationship.
Talk your shit.
You get what I'm saying?
That's fair. We see your chest. Marriage also is sex.
All right. Are we back? Oh, we're trying to sneak out real quick, but it's the last one, man. I swear we almost there.
You know, a lot of older people think that, they say that marriage is contractual and it's prostitution and all that dumb shit. That's to me that's stupid because you're not doing it to where, oh, if you do this, I'm gonna do this, or I'm paying this, so we gonna do this. That's not what it's for.
It turns, bro. You ain't gotta move it. It turns. See, the nope, the top. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Yeah, you saying? Say it again.
No, I'm just saying. I've heard that from a lot of. That's weird because it's from a younger lady, but I've heard that from older people. Marriage could be considered prostitution, which is weird.
From an older lady?
No. I'm saying I heard that from older people, men.
That marriage
specifically.
is prostitution.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Are they saying because they dish out the money and they get fucked?
Exactly. It's dumb. It's dumb. I don't. It's surprising to hear a young lady say that. Is what I'm saying.
Well, she was talking about like you, like I guess speaking on like you obligated to do certain things, and I think it's we both everybody has an obligation in a marriage to fulfill certain things. If I don't fulfill certain things as a man, and not just financial, even physically, like it's like you gonna want it. You have everybody has needs in a marriage, and it's like I don't think that's necessarily contractual. Transactional maybe. I mean, essentially, you signing a contract, so it's like you are promising like to fulfill certain things, right?
No, you're not.
I mean, you're not specifically like in a contract. I'm saying it's more like a verbal. I mean, it's like because if you just stop having sex with your wife, what you think? What's gonna happen?
Either she gonna deal with it or go somewhere else.
That's all I'm trying to tell you. I mean,
but I mean,
right? What that got to do with contraction?
Right.
No, I'm saying it. I'm not saying contractional, but I'm saying essentially like it's semantics when you're dealing with transactional and stuff. But but everything is kind of like we kind of know like
you were talking about obligation though.
Yeah. But I'm saying like so you don't feel like you have an obligation in the marriage?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying the word they're using transactional.
Yeah.
It's like he's saying like essentially when you're dealing with people, everything is kind of transactional.
Everything is transactional.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I kind of agree in a sense. I mean, but when you get married, like you
it's not specific to marriage, is what we're saying.
Right.
Everything is transactional. Whoever you deal with.
Right.
But they're trying to say everything is transactional, but marriage is contractual. That's what they're saying.
You signing a contract, but it's not necessarily due to your obligations. Like we stand before God to say these vows.
So I wanted to touch on that too.
You don't stand before God when you get that divorce. You stand before that judge.
Because
you're not supposed to get a divorce.
Right. So going back to even is marriage contractual? That's a whole thing of nowadays. Not even nowadays. I'm not gonna say, but. Marriage has a different definition for everybody, unfortunately. Yes, we want it to be universal. Yes, we want marriage to be the same. Yes, we want before God, and this is what it is until death do us part. Yes, we want all of that.
Marriage is a license.
But at the end of the day, marriage is different for everyone. Right. Some it is a business, and I hear that a lot. Some it is a business. Some it's a spiritual, or because God told you to.
It has a lot of layers.
It has so many layers. But it is what it is to everybody. So some people might see it as a contract. A contract. Why do people get married? For citizenship. It's a contract. So
Mm-hmm.
I just say that the word marriage is so loose now, and the sad part about it is that everybody is still trying to put it under one umbrella, but nobody wants to follow
If
that.
it was strictly under how you just said, under God and all that,
Yeah.
we wouldn't need a contract.
Right.
We wouldn't need the license.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So we could just go to a church and the preacher sign off on our certificate, and it ain't really licensed in the state of California.
I
You know
agree.
what I
I
mean?
do think it should be an expiration date. I do
A
think
renewal?
that
A
marriage should
renewal, you
be,
gotta get a
yes, an
renewal?
expiration date, and you have to be just like your driver's license or car registration or whatever the case may be. I
People
think
renew.
7 years. No.
They renew their vows.
They renew their vows, but
Yes.
it's not official.
I'm talking
They're
about.
doing it for their own self
Yeah,
gratification.
and because they want that marriage, that new the wedding they didn't have back in the
Right,
day.
right.
But I think that after every 7 years, and I think 7 is a good number, that you should revisit. It should expire like your license. You should take it back down there and say, do we want to renew or not? And if you don't, and if you do,
Nah.
why not? Why?
I kind of like that thought process. 'cause
I mean, because
7
if-
years y'all not working, then it's like y'all
if
y'all
you-
stand in it because of what?
The kids.
You going into it knowing that you like, damn, we at a bumpy road right now, or we've been at a bumpy road. I got 2 more years and I'm out of here.
So you either gonna fix it in 2 years or you gonna say you out of it. It's about, that's what I'm saying. People don't want to do the work. That's why 7 years is good. So if you in that 5th one, like, I got 2 years, you don't want to be there because you just told yourself you don't want to put in the work.
Right, exactly. But you, like I said, you're not supposed
It's a
to.
cop-out.
Yeah.
You said it's a cop-out.
If we're going by what we believe, if we stand before God, we're not supposed to get a divorce no way.
Right, but that's again the same thing. It's about
Did you get
why you're
married for
getting
God
married.
though? With God in mind?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody don't, but everybody
course.
should.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying people get married for different reasons.
But I guess because that's kind of like, okay, so I ain't gonna even go there.
No, okay. So people like to apply certain things in their life when it's
it's convenient.
But that's what I'm
yes,
trying to tell you.
yes,
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
So it's like you can say that, but it's like are we really living up to a God?
No, we're not. But
Right.
even still, regardless of what's happening, what's going on, I'm not gonna be like, oh, let me see what I can do. Now, if it's at a point to where it's like,
I ain't even saying getting divorced. I'm saying you
Yeah.
said you got married for God, but
no. You asked me if I got married with God in mind.
okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, so you got married with God in mind.
With
But
God
I'm
in
saying,
mind.
but no, because when we
I got
talk, you
married
keep
with
on
sex in
bringing
mind.
God up. So I'm saying,
Because this is a union.
right, but I'm saying if we basing everything off of that, then we should be living our whole life surrounded by that.
Right.
And we're not.
Right. Okay, but even still, that's holding yourself accountable. So I can't sit here and say I'm gonna give up on my marriage because I know.
I'm not
No,
even
what
saying that.
Antron is saying is that us as people, and not just with marriage, we like the definitions, like you said, when it's
Right.
convenient for us, but then when it's not, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? So what he's saying is that we love to say we're doing this, but not doing everything else under that.
Right,
if
right,
I'm
right.
a Christian,
Yeah.
but then I'm not doing this. So he's saying for people that get married with God in mind, if you cheat, you steal, you lie, like, you might as well do the 7-year thing because you're not following this, and you're not. I think that's what
we can't
they're
pick
trying
and
to.
choose
Yeah,
what
we
I mean,
can.
yeah,
Pick
and we
and
do
choose
like to
and-
do that as Christians.
I get it.
But again, for people, the other thing is to stand on business. If you got married with God in mind, you're gonna get married with God in mind. Like it's 7 years, it's not gonna change yours, but that's your mindset. You know
But
what
you
I'm
also
saying?
got to know the flesh is weak. And
Yes.
we are in a worldly world.
Right.
So
What if that was what if that was an option? Like you either could go part time or full time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But honestly, look,
Would you
here's
be
the
mad
thing.
if your wife was like, "Nigga, I'm trying to go part time"?
Right.
Like,
So I think that with stuff like that, like although it's not, what it is and what it should be, I think that honestly, the way the world goes, the solution isn't to try to get back because we can't. We don't even know where back is. Like I was asking at another event, they're like, "Oh, we need to get back to what is back?"
No, that's just what I said to the last one. It's like we fell for the okie doke.
Yes.
We're
So now
going
we need to
against each other.
reinvent.
We got to go back to our original self of knowing who we are as a
Knowing
person.
who exactly.
First, knowing who you are, knowing who you following, whatever you choose to follow. You know what I'm saying, and then apply that to your relationship or
a
your
lot,
marriage.
like in this, it's kind of like, oh well, if you taking care of the house and this, then I'm obligated. Like yes, when you get married, everybody has obligations and responsibilities. So
right.
you got to know what you're signing up for before you sign up for it. And it's like, don't complain. It's like, well, if you do this, I got to do this. you don't gotta do nothing. But when you sign, like, when I go to that job and tell them, and they give me the what would you call it, the responsibilities or whatever, yeah, what you got,
job description,
yeah, the job description. It's like my duties. This is what I have to do. Now, in marriage, it don't list for all duties and stuff like that. But it's like, are you getting married for the wedding or the facade of being married? Or are you actually being married to actually come together and be a union and help?
Great
you know what I
question
mean?
for a lot of people.
That's a great question.
Married for the wedding.
Yes, and that's my personal story, y'all. Again, engaged and unengaged, and I was proposed to in February, Super Bowl Sunday. I was proposed, so I turned 25 in January. I was.
He was
proposed
a Chiefs fan?
No. No.
Hey,
who was playing? No,
he
it
was
was
happy.
Hold on, because I say this speech. It was February 3rd, 2008. It was the Giants versus the Patriots. That's how I know, because I tell that story all the time.
I thought you meant this past February. Okay.
No, this
this
is my daughter's father. So this is my story. I say that to say he proposed I was turned 25 in January. He proposed in February. I planned the wedding. Me and my best friend. No, I didn't want. From February to July, I had a huge engagement party. I'm talking, this party was popping, and me and him wasn't even talking. So then in August, I woke up and one day and I said, I don't want to do this. I was planning my wedding. I didn't even see him as my groom. I didn't do anything. Now, guess what? When I broke off my engagement, it was split. Half people like, oh, don't do that, girl. That's the father. Oh, ain't nothing out here. That's your father. You need to work that out. Then the other half was like, "Whoo, I knew you didn't want to marry him." So I'm damned if you do, damned if you don't. But here I am, 16 years later, with no regrets because I foresaw. It wasn't that I didn't work on it or anything, but I just knew that I wanted that wedding. I'm talking, my dresses was out, everything. Most people do that, but they don't get that self-awareness to be like, I don't want to do this because I don't want to be with this person for the rest of my life, which is what marriage is.
Right.
We enjoyed you, Kenya. You got, you good, you dope. Did very well.
Shut it down.
Yeah. Gave us a different little insight and things like that, different perspective, because we got to get our emotional side from Nah, but
we would love to have you back, and we will sit down on
yours.
Keepsake. Yeah, we gonna come shut it down on there.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
And let your fan base come in on,
Yes.
Our fan base coming. Y'all go subscribe to her page too, Kenya's Keepsake. She's on YouTube, relationship coach. She's gonna, give y'all a little bit of everything. Males too, because she has a lot of males and she's not biased. So y'all go check in, man. Tap in with the podcast, subscribe. When you do subscribe, tell her you from Onethingfasho. Let her know you came from our page.
Let them know. Let me know, and then I'll send y'all something for free.
Right, dope.
I love giving out free stuff.
Dope.
Anything else y'all want to end with? Anything you want to say, Kenya? Besides that, no.
No, because it'll start a whole nother topic.
Yeah, let's get up out of here.
All right. Thank you guys for having me.
Episode 39, Onethingfasho. We out.
Later.
Oh.
Yes.
All right, and we do the boom. We out, y'all. Onethingfasho.